qualify for an at-large berth in the Class 5A playoffs. Then in the first round of the playoffs, the Tigers came back from a 19-7 deficit in the third quarter and scored 4 touchdowns to beat Fenton 28-25. So now, Wheaton faces defending 5A state champion Joliet Catholic in the second round of the Illinois High School football playoffs, and that game's coming up next on Centel Sports.
Centel Sports presents playoff action, the IHSA. The Wheaton Central Tigers versus the Joliet Catholic Hilltoppers. Hello everybody, I'm Bill Martin along with Rick Gooby at Wheaton Central High School on a very cool and getting colder night. Snow is even expected in the forecast tonight. Drizzle was on and off all day today, but right now it looks a little bit like it's let up, but the field is wet. Those are the Wheaton Central Tigers, a team that I told you about before, lost their first 3 games, has won every game since. They're playing the Joliet Catholic Hilltoppers. Rick, a team that has been to the playoffs so many times before, you need 3 hands to count.
Well, they were only away from the playoffs 2 years, Bill, since 1974, that being in 79 and 80. They have an overall record of the playoffs of 35 wins and 6 losses in playoff competition, most in 4A and 5A, and a great tradition at Joliet Catholic. They are the defending state champions. It'll be a very tight battle tonight for Wheaton Central.
You were watching some of the Wheaton Central Tigers being introduced, and Joliet Catholic, a very formidable foe. Well, Wheaton Central has never, ever been to the IHSA playoffs under head coach John Thorne. They're there for the first time, and earlier this week, I talked with head coach John Thorne about this ball game.
Well, we've scouted them pretty well, and they're very big, and they still have some good team speed. They're very physical, and they're a very disciplined program. They block and tackle very well, and of course they've had great experience in the past in 6 state titles and all of that. So they've been here a lot more often than what our coaching staff has ever been in the playoffs and things like that. That's going to make a difference. But we think that if we do things correctly, we can play very well with them.
This is a defending state champion, too, and I know the kids know that. Is there any uneasiness going on?
Well, I'm sure there is with the kids. You know, we've got lots of coaching that we have to get done yet tonight and tomorrow morning and just before game time. But I think the kids have already proven that they're the kind of young men who are not going to get down on themselves. They're not going to give up. And we fought back from all kinds of adversity all year long, and it's never slowed them down before. And if we can get started fast, we'll have a great game. If we get behind early, our kids will not give up, and they will still come back and try to make it close. And it'd be a lot more fun to get ahead, though.
So it's Wheaton Central versus Joliet Catholic at Wheaton Central High School in the second round of the IHSA playoffs. Right now, we're in the middle of the Star Spangled Banner. And you can hear the enthusiasm out here at Wheaton Central High School. I'm Bill Martin along with Rick Gooby. We've been joined by Dave Bomer, who is the president of Centel Cable Television. And Dave, this must be a special game for you because your son, who played on the sophomore team all year, gets to suit up for this varsity game.
Yeah, and made me promise that I wasn't going to say his name or mention anything about him during the course
You
of
didn't, I
did. So be it. It's a great moment for Wheaton Central. Terrific moment for Wheaton Central right now. Going to be an exciting ball game tonight.
You went to the game that the Tigers had against Fenton. What are your thoughts about this Tiger team and the way that they came back?
They're a determined team. They're not going to give up. They've fallen behind a few games this year, even after the first 3 games that they lost, and they fight back. And they did that in Fenton. They fell behind 19-7 in the third quarter, and we're determined. And you could see that in those kids. You knew that the game wasn't over at that point.
The Wheaton Central offense is anchored by a junior, and his name is Jeff Thorne. He is a quarterback for Wheaton Central, and he has led them all year. His father, the coach, as you just heard, is John Thorne. Other members of that Tiger offensive team, their flanker is Bill Hess, wide receiver Chris Dudek, one to watch, and running back Robbie Seabrooks. And Rick, Robbie ran wild in the first game against Fenton, at least in the second half.
Had a big touchdown in the second half, ran for 99 yards in that football game.
Dave Shutters is coming into running back position because Devin Leftwich injured, and you see the rest. Darren Bell and Dan Junkie, the tackles, the guards, Pat Ramp, Greg Shelby, Mike Wormlinger, the tight end. The center will be Tim Wojciechowski, and we're ready for the kickoff. Joliet Catholic won the coin toss, but they elected to defer, and they will kick off to Wheaton Central. It's taken by Darren Bell, the up man at the 22-yard line. Bell running to his left side, running towards the Wheaton Central bench, and Bell gets out of bounds at about the 37, 38-yard line, and that's where Wheaton Central will start off with not bad field position.
Well, who says linebackers can't run with a football? Bell did a good job to get around and get it out to good field position at the 38-yard line.
So Wheaton Central gets the ball first offensively. I was listening to the coin toss, listening to the referee before the ball game, and he said that the referee said to the Joliet Catholic people, what do you want to do? And one kid said defer, and I think the other kid said something different. So I don't know if they actually wanted the ball or not. Handoff on first down, Seabrooks, number 32, and he hardly gets anything. He stopped right away at the line of scrimmage for no gain. It'll be second down and 10 yards to go.
Joliet Catholic has lost to some toughies this year for their only 3 losses of the regular season. Of course, they got by Addison Trail easily on the opening round on Wednesday, so they are a very strong team playing a very tough conference, and you expect them to be a very physical ball club, especially defensively.
Second down, 10 yards to go. Handoff, Shutters second back through, and he is stood up by the Joliet Catholic defense. Shutters maybe got 1 yard to the 39-yard line, so we'll have a 3rd down and 9 situation for Wheaton Central. 2 running plays to start off this game.
Shutters filled in very well Wednesday for the absence of Leftwich. Did a good job in the running attack for Wheaton Central in that ball game, and now with Leftwich out, Shutters being called upon as a starting halfback and gets his first carry of the night right there.
Joliet Catholic has some big kids on defense. We can run down them for you in a few minutes. 3rd down and maybe a long 8 for the Tigers. Thorne, the quarterback, passing situation, looks to the left side, throws to Hess, trying to get underneath it. Oh, he makes a fantastic catch at the 42-yard line of Joliet Catholic. Hess caught it with one hand and then brought it in.
You'll say a fantastic catch as Hess reached down with the right hand, scooped it in with one hand in his chest, hung onto the football for a big first down all the way down to the Hilltopper 43.
Let's take a look at this one again.
It's just a timing route. He just throws it in anticipation of Hess running underneath it a little bit too far, but Hess reached out with that right hand with a great catch.
That's the kind of effort they're going to need tonight all the way through the game, and they're going to win this one. They're against a very fine team, a much bigger team.
No help from that free safety. Gary Whalen was man-to-man coverage on the cornerback side for Joliet Catholic. Now barking out some signals here, changing the play possibly, is Jeff Thorne at the 42-yard line. He's going to pass. There's Hess. He's open again to the 30-yard line and down to the 29. Whalen makes the tackle on him, but another first down for Wheaton Central on a 13-yard pass play.
Again, a nice hookup with Hess running a little in pattern, a little post pattern towards the middle of the football field, and Thorne, a good throw. Hess, a wide receiver, coming on strong towards the latter part of the year, makes another big catch.
Thorne might have seen something there and checked off at the line of scrimmage. John Thorne does like his son to audible in certain situations, and he looks for defensively. First down and 10 from the 29-yard line of Joliet Catholic. First possession for the Tigers of Wheaton Central. Whistle, flags in the air. The play will not count. The handoff was to Robbie Seabrooks. We'll see if that's the call. I thought somebody moved. Illegal shift, I believe, is a call.
First penalty of the football game will set the Tigers back 5 yards, bring up first down and 15.
Referee in the white hat there is Wayne Kendall. He's from Mount Prospect, Illinois. He'll be telling us the call as soon as he figures out what it is, or as soon as they mark it off.
So just a couple of kids in your screen for Joliet Catholic. Some pretty big size in that defensive front. 94 Robb is 240 pounds, 77 Dominic Conti stands at 200.
And it's declined. Still second down. It was declined, it's second.
First, should be first.
I don't think they can.
Second down.
How can they decline that penalty? The play was whistled dead.
Should be
Apparently it
first down.
must not have been. At least the referees ruled that it wasn't whistled dead. They had the option of declining or taking the 5 yards. I still would have taken the 5 yards at that point.
I thought I heard whistle. Second down and 10. Thorne to pass to the left side, going for Seabrooks out of the backfield, and it is overthrown, incomplete. It'll be third down and 10.
Seabrooks, very quick back out of the backfield there, and again Thorne, just a timing route, lofted it up, had good protection there even on the blitz, coming up the middle. just overshot his man near the 5-yard line.
Whatever happens, on this particular drive, Thorne has established something very quickly, and that is that he can throw the ball. This afternoon with the winds, I think there may have been some question, particularly with the rain, the drizzle, and the windy day. I know Northwestern was having trouble with that in their ball game today. He's established that they can throw the ball with 2 out of 3 completions so far.
The wind seems to be going across the field at this point, so neither team will have an advantage. If a team does in the first quarter, it will be the Hilltoppers. Now a penalty before the play. And we'll see what the call is here. Somebody may have lined up offside on either side.
Again, Joliet Catholic was showing blitz there, but the whistle blew
Joliet
beforehand.
Catholic.
Offside, I think, against the Hilltoppers.
So Wheaton
Dead ball foul, encroachment. Go ahead, mark it, Chair. Nose guard.
Unlike the Glenbard East game, we're certainly hearing the referee loud and clear tonight, aren't we?
Joliet will switch some defenses on you. They'll go with 4 men down, 5 men down. Sometimes it looks like they have 6 down, actually, because they'll bring their safeties up to be put right on the line. Right now they're going with 5. Thorne to pass, fires across the middle. It is tipped and knocked incomplete. Number 53, Steve Otrowski, a junior linebacker, got his hand on the ball and knocked it away. So incomplete pass. It'll be 4th down and 5 from the 25-yard line for Wheaton Central.
This is 4-down territory. They certainly can take the 4th try right here with no harm whatsoever and have decent field position if they do turn the ball over.
This drive started at the 38-yard line of the Tigers. Quickly, Wheaton Central moved downfield, and now they're stalling at the 25-yard line. We'll see if this is a pass situation. Bill Hess splitting out to the left side. To the right side, Chris Dudek. Possibly look for Dudek in this situation. 4th down and 5.
There's a blitz up the middle.
Pass to Hess is complete. He's got a 1st down inside the 20-yard line to the 15.
They ran 2 receivers wide of the quarterback there on the left side, and both of them had a shot at the football, but it just floated into Hess, who was wide open. A good throw by Thorne.
I would call that a timing pattern. It looked like Thorne threw that before Hess even turned around. Again, man-to-man coverage on Hess. He looked covered, but Bill came back for the ball.
The timing was key on that play. He turned around, threw the defender off. He was wide open to receive that pass because of the button hook that he pulled on that by the sudden turnaround.
So it's 1st down and 10 from the 15. Wheaton Central keeps the drive alive on the 4th down. The pitch, Dave Shutters gets a block, tries to cut inside, but a nice defensive play by Whalen coming from his cornerback position, trips him up for no gain. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Little option play run by Thorne there as he pitched wide to Shutters coming around on the option right, and Shutters had a block out in front of him, but good coverage over there by the Hilltoppers, especially the cornerback coming up to meet him at the line of scrimmage.
8:23 remaining in the first quarter. No score if you just joined us. Wheaton Central driving down to the 15-yard line. 2nd down and 10. Thorne's got Seabrooks and Shutters in his backfield. The hand is to Seabrooks right up the middle. Gets one good block, but then is tackled after about a 4-yard gain. Getting up at the bottom of the pile defensively for Joliet Catholic. Looked like Robb out there.
Yeah, Dan Robb was the 194. You see him on your screen.
Bill, and there were a lot of players in that Fenton game that you could credit with the success of that victory, but Seabrooks tops the list. He ran with a vengeance in the 3rd quarter and 4th quarter after Leftwich went out of the game with his injury.
Getting back to Robb, he's one of the captains of this team, so look for him to make some plays. Shutters up the middle for a good gain to the 5-yard line, and he is close to a 1st down.
It's going to be very close here as Shutters got room inside. And you're going to see here, we may see a measurement coming up. But Jeff Thorne, is right there to look it over as far as the mark is concerned. But a good move up the middle by Shutters, a nice hole off left guard.
The refs are calling him short for 4th down. Thorne is saying now, isn't that close enough for a measurement? Referees say no, and they'll run into play with the Wormlinger twins. Mike goes out, Martin comes in. So another 4th down situation.
How tempted would you be to go for the field goal here this close in?
They're not going to. 4th down and a half a yard for Wheaton Central. Look for the quarterback sneak as a possibility here. Thorne to throw into the end zone, looking for Dudek. It is incomplete. There's a flag
Could be
down.
offside against Joliet Catholic there. You saw Thorne do his best to try to draw him offside, and I think he may have worked.
I don't think so. I think it's going to be offensive pass interference against Dudek. Maybe not. Maybe not.
Got him offside. He went with a long cadence.
No,
right
it's defensive pass interference
Okay.
against Joliet Catholic. The referee who threw that flag was right there. There was bumping going on, and I thought maybe you saw Dudek push off, but no, it was an illegal hit when the ball was in the air. And that's what will happen on those timing
Interference
plays.
on the defense. It'll be first down, first and goal.
Where the flag was over where the receiver and the defender were, so it looked like that was going to be the case. Let's see it again here.
Well, we couldn't
No,
see
not
it there. It
gonna
was
see it,
just
okay.
too dark. It's a night game. 6.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Wheaton Central looking to score. Handoff Shutters. Oh, he's knocked down right away. Big defensive play again. Steve Ostrowski comes in from his linebacker position. You credit the line for pushing the Wheaton Central line away from the ball. That line for the Joliet Catholic Hilltoppers at defensive end, they have Matt Pellegrini, who also saw a lot of running this year in the backfield. Other defensive end, Chris Udovich. Their defensive tackles, Dominic Conti and Dan Rao. And they are good ones up front. Second down from the 3-yard line and goal. Fumble. Joliet Catholic ball.
Thorne was trying to run the option left.
Well, that could have changed some momentum in a hurry. So the Hilltoppers defense stops Wheaton Central at the 3-yard line on a fumble. The ball moves out to the 6. And now here comes a Joliet offense for the first time. Handing off straight up the middle is quarterback Chris Mahalik.
Nothing doing on that play. This is going to be a key series right here. Wheaton drove deep, was threatening to put some points on the board, didn't do it. If they can come back and hold them tight here, they can get good field position back and regain the momentum very quickly.
On that fumble, it was Thorne trying to run the option left, just never had the chance to get the pitch out. His arm was hit as he tried to pitch it out, lost the football.
Running backs, Ken Nabel and Sean Clark. Clark moves to the left side. Handoff, Clark cutting back across. He's in the clear. Darren Bell finally brings him down. There's a penalty flag down, though, and I think Clark has a first down. Chris Udovich also back there as a fullback. And the penalty is going to be called against Joliet Catholic, and that'll be taken.
Preliminary signal.
5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Wheaton Central still talking about it. I don't know what they're talking about unless the referee just trying to get acquainted with the situation out there.
This should set him back half the distance to the goal right here. I think it's going to be a clipping call, trying to block as the man got to the outside.
Look at the flip. There certainly isn't much to talk about. You take the penalty clear cut in that case.
Call is clipping. Nothing the score. Now Hilltoppers will have to work again out of their own end. It'll be second down, 9 yards to go for Joliet Catholic. This time Clark is coming out wide to the left side. As a wide receiver, they bring Emil Stanfield in. He's right on the line as a wide receiver. Back to pass Mahalik. He's in his own end zone. Throws a screen pass. That's Stanfield, and it's just over his head. Incomplete.
I think he was very fortunate that he was able to see, looked like Moss out there. Check that. It was, I believe it was Moss for Wheaton on the coverage anyway on the far side, but he had a hand up there, and had that ball been a little bit lower in trajectory, it would have been an interception run in from about the 5-yard line.
Another way, that's a game of inches. There was about a half a second difference on a safety in that case. He was almost sacked in the end zone.
Another good rush by the Tigers. So now a big third down situation for Joliet Catholic. Third down and 9 yards to go. Mahalik going out to pass. He's in his own end zone. Makes a nice move to get out of some pressure. He's being chased down. Mahalik going for the first down, and he is very close to it. At about the 16-yard line. So a nice scamper by the quarterback, Chris Mahalik. And we'll see if he got there. Well, if you hear from the Joliet Catholic fans, I don't think they like the mark by the referee.
Yeah, they spotted him about a yard shy, and I think the Hilltoppers will have to kick it in this situation.
Jeff Meter, number 6, is coming in, so he's a punter.
Definitely too early in the game at this point to try anything fancy with 4th down right there. Field position is everything this early in the ball game.
Mahalik with a nice scramble, though. And here's Meters going to kick it away. Robbie Seabrooks is a lone back for Wheaton Central to receive the punt. Doesn't look like Wheaton Central's going to come after Meter.
Here they come.
Oh, they do.
Inside.
Oh, it's almost blocked. The kicker is knocked down. No call. Seabrooks having trouble handling it at the 50-yard line, and he does. That kick was almost blocked. David Shutters, number 40, came out of the right side and made a good try at it. But Meter got it away.
Smart play on Seabrook's part that time. He didn't handle the ball well. It rolled behind him. He immediately fell on the ball rather than reaching back and trying to pick it up. Better at this point of the ball game in particular to play it safe, not take a chance on giving back possession of the ball to Joliet.
You know, he didn't have any blockers in front of him anyway. Everybody did go for the kick that time. So Wheaton Central's offense comes back on the field, starting from the Joliet 49-yard line. Quick pass to Hess, and that is thrown right by him, incomplete. That is the 3rd time that Wheaton Central has tried the same play, a little quick route across the middle to Hess, and it looks like Joliet Catholic has figured out what they're doing. Jim O'Connell, the linebacker, came in to make the hit.
Bill and Rick, they've come out throwing the ball a lot more than they did against Fenton, a lot more than they did in the last few games that they played. I don't know whether that's an indication that they miss Leftwich and are trying to strike quicker as a result of that, or whether it's just a change in strategy in their part.
Now, Seabrooks is also a good runner back there, and Shutters isn't a bad one himself. He hasn't been running in the backfield all year, though. Handoff draw. Seabrooks, he has a hole. He's up to the 40, the 35, and finally thrown down at the 32-yard line. The tackle made in the secondary by Kevin Kelly. But a big gain for Robbie Seabrooks, so about 18 yards and a 1st down.
Well, one thing that just answered my last comment, the fact that they've been throwing the ball more clearly set up that draw. They were looking for the pass. Seabrook had a lot of running room as a result.
A huge hole up the middle. A great call there by Thorne there as he just handed it off on the draw. Seabrooks had nothing but daylight.
So here come the Tigers again. 1st down and 10 from the 31-yard line of Joliet Catholic. Thorne rolling. Scroggins coming after him. He's blocked. Thorne tucks it under his arm and goes out of bounds. Being chased out of bounds there, and we're going to have a muddy uniform on Matt Pellegrini. Dove after him in the mud.
Chain gang is getting a good workout here tonight on the near sidelines. This is the 2nd time they've had to abandon the sticks there as a rushing a runner is coming after him right there on the sidelines.
Now a penalty flag down, and the preliminary signal is holding against Wheaton Central. So another penalty. A lot of penalties early in this ball game.
It's the 2nd against the Tigers here. 3 already against Joliet Catholic.
3:33 to go, 1st period, no score.
Holding on the offense. Holding on the offense. Still 3rd down. You got 3rd down, right?
Should be 2nd down. No. 1st down.
Should be 1st down. I don't know why they're saying 3rd down. It's 1st down.
At this too.
Now John Thorne out on the field to tell him 1st down. It's 1st down, ref.
Yeah, very confused right
Finally,
now.
the play is stopped.
Yeah.
And the referee is going to talk this over.
Yeah, 1st and 25, right?
Part of the confusion was the fellow operating the chain gang, when he moved out of the way, flipped it to the 3rd down marker, and as a consequence didn't flip it back afterwards, and the ref got confused on it.
Now the refs are right. It is 1st down. They say, okay, now what happened? Let's see. Through, incomplete, then he ran for 25. Okay, 1st down, then the penalty. So it's up to the 44-yard line of Joliet Catholic, but a 1st down and about 25 yards to go for the Wheaton Central Tigers. Only one man in the backfield now. Dave Shutters. Thorne will pass. Across the middle, trying for Wormelinger, incomplete, and a penalty is going to be called. Probably interference on O'Connell. That was a close call.
O'Connell right there, as well as Ostrowski, and I think they got him with the flag. There's O'Connell very disgusted right there, 54.
I thought that was a good call. He looked like he was all over him on that play. It was close, it was tight, but I thought he was on him enough to obstruct his ability to catch the ball.
Well, Joliet Catholic fans, and especially the coaching staff, don't agree with you, Dave, because they are just all over this official. And it's interesting where he made the call from. He made the call from behind the play.
Let's look at it again. Here we go.
But watch where the flag comes in from way over behind the play,
Yeah.
where I don't think you had that good of a sight on it. And I think that's what Joliet Catholic bench is arguing about. So now it's going to be a first down. And the chain gang still trying to get itself situated as we have another timeout on the field.
Should be 1st and 10 again.
So the officials and the chain gang have a little bit of trouble early.
Tough night for the chain gang so far.
You worked chain gang before.
I've done that for a couple of sophomore games, yes.
1st and 10, Thorne cuts inside, there's a flag down, but he has open room to the 15, and Thorne brought down at the 10-yard line, but one more time, a penalty, and I believe this will be called on Wheaton.
Yep, it's in the area behind the line of scrimmage. It's probably going to be a hold or a clip against the Tigers.
Well, it's been a game so far that's been dominated by officiating.
Thorne with a good job tucking the ball in on the option right, fooled a couple of Hilltopper defenders who came up on the play, tucked it in and got all the way down inside the 10, but it's all for naught as it comes back.
3:19 to go first quarter. Let's hear the call.
1st and 20. Ball resting on the 40.
It's like holding was the signal.
Right. Okay, he's not going to give it to us this time. He's probably so tired of giving signals, he just doesn't want to turn both ways every time.
He's had a lot of exercise so far.
First down again, and about 20 yards to go for Wheaton Central. Seabrooks up the middle. Pulling off tackle, spinning. Finally hit it about the 31-yard line. Seabrooks was trying to carry a few people. One of them was Dominic Conti, a defensive tackle. You know, talking about Conti, he is listed in our program as only 5'8", but he's 200 pounds.
Yeah, there's some very big people on this Joliet Catholic roster for Jim Boyder, the head coach. Interesting that Jim Boyder is going to be calling it quits after this season for Joliet Catholic. Only his 3rd year here.
He won a state title last year. If he wins another one this year, what else can he do? Thorne hands off Seabrooks, a hole. 25. Knocked down at the 22-yard line. Robbie's going to be about 3 yards short of that first down. Tackle made in the secondary that time.
Big run. The key now is you're down. You've got 2 more downs. You're in a position where you can run the 3rd down and still run the 4th down as well.
Seabrooks running well. Let's see him again.
Let's see it. There it is. You see the inside handoff. Seabrooks quickly into the secondary for good yardage. He's got a flashy, kind of slashy type style. Once he gets out into the secondary, did a good job right there.
Once again, Ostrowski making the tackle. Ostrowski on this defense plays a middle linebacker position. Mike Scroggins and Jim O'Connell, the outside linebackers for Joliet Catholic. 1:44 remaining first quarter. Officials calling a timeout. Get the ball all clean, and now they're ready to go. We'll have a 3rd down and 3 yards to go from the 22-yard line of Joliet Catholic. Wheaton Central drove on their first possession all the way down to the 3 before they fumbled the ball away. And now they have it. Start at the 49-yard line of Joliet Catholic, and now they're at the Hilltoppers 22.
Looks like
another
encroachment.
penalty flag down.
Encroachment.
Yes, the play will stop. And I believe on the cadence, the Hilltoppers jumped off sides, as you guys said.
Yeah, this would give him a first down yardage, I believe, for Wheaton Central.
Let's tell you who the officials are in this ball game. Wayne Kendall's the one you're hearing. He's a referee. Tom Capellan's a linesman. Jerry Green, the umpire. Bob Hawkins, the line judge. The back judge, John Langen.
Well, they'll save them from having to have to run the 3rd down and 3 play. They've got the first down via the 5-yard walk-off.
If you can get the first down that way, you sure love to take it.
There's a little pushing and shoving that went on after the last play.
Picking on the wrong guy, too. Dan Robb at 240.
Bill, Rick, have you guys done a state tournament game? Well, you've done some state tournament games this year. Have you done them before last year?
We did them last year. I'm sure we've done them in years past. When I was here last year, we did them.
Do you find the intensity's a lot greater?
Oh, no question.
Yeah.
No question. Thorne to throw to Dudek. Can't get him. overthrown. I think Dudek was open, though, in the corner of the end zone, but it was overthrown. The coverage that time by number 42, free safety Kevin Kelly, and number 41, cornerback Mark Infinger. But this is a play that Wheaton Central practices and practices. John Thorne said they could do that play with their eyes closed sometimes. Well, maybe Jeff better open his eyes a little bit wider because he overthrew that one.
Dudek had the man beat two one-on-one coverage into the corner of the end zone. The pass just a little bit overthrown. Again, a timing route, which is what Thorne seems to be doing here, at least in this first quarter, is just laying it up on a timing play.
Ball's at the 17, second down and 10. Two receivers to the left side, both Hess and Dudek. Handoff. Seabrooks, and he is buried once again. Big number 77, Dominic Conti, coming up and making the stop.
Conti was ready for that. He read the play very well, anticipated the run, was waiting right for Seabrooks to come through what would have been a hole otherwise.
Gain of only 1, third down, 9 yards to go. Clock ticking down, 30 seconds left in the first quarter.
I was going to say Wheaton Central may want to let it run out, but I don't think they can, or I think they're going to have to run this play.
Should be the last play of the first quarter, barring an out-of-bounds play or an incomplete pass. Now, there's a flag down. Too much time by the Tigers. Boy, that's something you don't want.
I think they were confused. I thought maybe they looked up at the clock and figured, hey, we can just let it run out and run the third down play to start the second quarter, but they didn't anticipate the clock very well because it stops with 14 seconds to go, and it's a 5-yard walk-off.
This can be potentially more harmful. They get down to the 3-yard line the first time, come away unanswered. They got down inside the 20-yard line this time. They need to do something. It'll hurt to get down that close the second time around and not put points on the board.
Now the ball's outside the 20, third down and 14. Thorne looking, gets away from one man, throws it into the end zone, looking for Hess. It is caught, but out of bounds, and Hess looked like he fell right on the track over there. I think that's a blacktop area over where Hess fell. He's all right. He gets up and runs back. 8 seconds on the clock after the incompletion. It'll be fourth down and 14.
Good coverage there on the near side as Hess was covered very well into that corner of the end zone. The pass out of the end zone incomplete brings up fourth down. One more crack here for John Thorne as he calls the fourth down play.
Thorne's been overthrowing his receivers a little bit. Jeff taking his time in the huddle again.
One thing that you can't see on the screen, it is raining. It's a fairly light mist, but it's been raining steady since the start of the game. That ball's wet. Passing is not going to be easy.
Fourth down, 14. And Thorne waits, and there's a penalty.
Too much time again.
I don't know what he's waiting for. What is Jeff waiting for?
Well, that time we saw John Thorne on the sidelines kind of signaling in a play. I don't know if the play came in a little bit late, but the Tigers don't get it off in time, and that'll set them back 5 more.
I think he thought the clock was going to start. He must have thought the clock was going to start and run out with 8 seconds left, but it never moved because he was looking at it.
Well, the incompletion stopped the clock, so.
And he still doesn't run up to the line of scrimmage. Still, they kind of walk up there. Now fourth down and 19. Thorne fakes a handoff, looking to throw. Wants a man over the middle. He's got him. Hess, and drops the ball.
They're going to rule it incomplete. I thought for a moment Hess had it and fumbled it, but no, it's an incompletion.
Hess would have had enough for a first down, but he dropped the slippery football. And Joliet Catholic will take over first down and 10 from the 25-yard line with just 1 second to go in the first quarter.
That's another case where position means everything. From our vantage point, it looked like he may have had the ball and then dropped it. In fact, the referee was on the other side in perfect position to see whether he had possession or not and called it an incompletion.
Handoff on first down to Clark. He slides in the mud over the 27 to the 28-yard line, and that will be the end of the first quarter of play. So Wheaton Central drives downfield twice inside the 20-yard line and comes up empty both times. And now Joliet Catholic has the ball, and we'll see what the Hilltoppers can do with this possession in the second quarter as we continue on Centel Sports. The score, Wheaton Central nothing, Joliet Catholic nothing.
Hi, I'm Walter Payton, and for me, winning the Super Bowl was a dream come true. But I'm concerned that thousands of young people won't be able to follow their dreams because their lives will be cut short by drunk drivers.
Mothers Against Drunk Driving has launched a Chicagoland chapter to help stop the thousands of deaths and hundreds of thousands of injuries caused by drunk drivers nationally every year.
Join the fight to get drunk drivers off the road. Please call Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
Starting the second quarter of action, I'm Bill Martin with Rick Ubi and Dave Bomer for Centel Sports. Up in the press box, a little bit of a rain coming down. Joliet Catholic, there you see, in their white uniforms. That's the offense on the field. Wheaton Central in the dark uniforms. Nothing. It's the second quarter of play. The ball's at the 29-yard line of Joliet Catholic. Second down. Hand off, putting his head down, going up the middle is Ken Nagel. Nagel gets to the 30-yard line, gain of 1. So it's going to be third down and about 6 yards to go.
First quarter dominated by the Tigers, although they come up empty, but they had 7 first downs. Joliet Catholic only 1 possession, which was dominated by penalties, and they had to kick it away.
Defense for the Hilltoppers is huddling in front of the bench, deciding what they're going to do the next time they come out. Right now, the offense out there for the Hilltoppers. Third down and 6. Mahalik to pass. Throws one across the middle. It's down into the ground. Incomplete. The pass was intended for a wide receiver, number 82, Darren Freeman. But it was just a little bit low. Bill Hess, number 3, was on the defense. And now Hess will go back for the punt.
Just wanted to make mention of one of the coaches on Wheaton Central's team as they're about to punt, who has been out all year, even in temperatures below freezing, and again tonight, Coach Bruce Munson in shorts. That's dedication, folks.
Just another day at the beach, right?
Here's a punt by the Hilltoppers, bounces high. Seabrooks and Hess both let it go. Now Seabrooks wisely falls on it because that ball could have rolled a lot farther at the 30-yard line. So Wheaton Central will take over 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line.
The punter's getting some good mileage out of the rolls. First one went for about 45. That one with the roll about 40 yards. And Wheaton Central takes over 1st and 10.
This is the worst field position the Wheaton Central's had so far in the 3rd series now for them.
Ball marked just outside the 30. We'll see what the Central offense can do now. They've stalled inside the Joliet Catholic 20 both times. They've had the ball. Like a big hole up the middle. Let's see if they try to run there. Thorne throws to the right side to Hess, but it is incomplete. So Jeff Thorne looked like he could have a hot hand, or did have a hot hand at the beginning of this ball game, has suddenly turned cold. Incomplete. Second down and 10.
I don't know that his hand has turned cold as much as it's getting much more difficult to pass. The ball's dry in the first couple series of downs in the ball game. A little bit easier to throw it. It is misting enough that the field is getting wetter. The ball's getting wetter. Passing is going to be more and more difficult tonight.
Dudek to the near side, Hess to the far side, split backfield. Thorne again calling some plays right at the line of scrimmage. Second down, handoff. Seabrooks just jumps over a pile and gets 2 yards. Trying to run over Darren Bell's back.
Stop by Dominic Conte.
In on the play, Dan Raub, Dominic Conte. So it'll be third down and 8.
Seabrooks again leaping into the air on a wet night. The football getting wet, doesn't want it to pop loose.
They're also right now in the muddiest part of the field, too.
Third down, 8 yards to go. Thorne to pass.
Draw play.
No, handoff. Seabrooks, 45, 50. Fooled me. 49-yard line of Joliet Catholic. First down, Wheaton Central.
That was a great call again. That's the second time. That's worked for huge yardage up the middle on the delay. Seabrooks again for big yardage.
They passed enough. That was a clear pass situation. Joliet Catholic was thinking pass all the way. Very smart call.
Here's a replay on that.
Watch, he just stuffs it into the gut of Seabrooks 32, and 32 is nothing but open ground up the middle and almost was about a tackle away from going the rest of the distance.
First down and 10 from the 49 of the Hilltoppers. Wheaton Central driving again. Here comes a blitz. Thorne fakes a handoff. He's got some room to the outside.
Good
Thorne
block.
with the block to the 40. Pushed out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. So Hilltoppers tried to blitz up the middle, and Wheaton Central caught him in that situation and went outside. Darren Bell, I think, got a good block on the outside.
Also, Dudek 23 threw a good block once Thorne got into the secondary to get him to the outside.
Ball resting on the 35-yard line.
Both Bell and Dudek. Thorne read those blocks very well, made a couple of very smart moves to pick up the 15, 16 yards that he gained.
See that again. Watch him cut to the outside.
Watch 23 running his pass route turn into a blocker right there. Is enough of a shield to get him out in the open.
Handoff. Seabrooks up the middle on first down. He got about 3 or 4. It'll be second down, 7 yards to go for Wheaton Central. So again, they drive, but their confidence level has to be a little bit down, guys, because the Tigers have not scored, and 2 times they could have done that.
Well, John Thorne is probably thinking on the sidelines, guys, it's just a matter of time. We've controlled the clock, we've controlled the football. Here's just a matter of time before we get into the end zone.
Didn't they do this against Fenton, though, too? They had some good drives. They seemed to be pushing Fenton all over the field, but they couldn't score.
They didn't threaten as much as they've threatened today so far without putting points on the board.
Thorne throwing left, looking for Dudek. It's caught at the 5. Touchdown! There are no flags on the field.
There are no flags. That is a touchdown, Wheaton Central. They take the lead in this ball game.
A 32-yard pass to Chris Dudek. And Rick, how many times have we seen that play?
That was just a beautiful throw by Thorne. He had good protection in the pocket, just floated one out there. They've used that play quite a bit tonight. Dudek was able to run underneath it this time, make the grab, and lunge it over the goal line for 6.
One thing to remember, guys, we're not the cable company in Joliet. You don't have to be non-partial tonight.
Okay, President. Richard Sampson in to kick the extra point. It's a high kick. It is up, and it is good. And with 8:59 to go in the first half of play, Wheaton Central has excited the home crowd and gone ahead by a score of 7-0. So third time is a charm for the Tigers.
Again, yeah, let's have the replay on this one. This was just a beautiful throw by Thorne. They've tried this many times tonight. This time it worked. You see him step up in the pocket, loft it out there. One-on-one coverage. Dudek beat the man to the football and got it into the end zone for 6.
Almost looked like that was close to pass interference on that play.
Maybe again from another angle.
Ground level replay.
Guess not. No, he caught the ball first before he came down. Big touchdown for Wheaton Central. They drove 3 times into Joliet Catholic's territory. That time they put some points on the board.
And now there's some questioning on the kickoff. It doesn't look like the Tigers know what they want to do here. We've seen a lot more, Rick, in the games that we've done lately for Centel. We've seen a lot of onside kicks.
Yeah, we certainly have. With Geneva the other day against Marmion trying the surprise element, it worked once. Let's see Wheaton Central here. They've got all the momentum in this football game. They want to maybe continue it offensively. Let's see if they try for something here.
I don't know what the official's telling Sampson. He was a little bit concerned, Sampson, at the beginning of this ball game. He was out in the middle of the field kicking because very early, before anybody came out, because he thought the field was going to be wet, and it is. Nope, he's going to boot it away. Spiraling kick. He's taking it about the 21-yard line. Back to the 30, over to the 33-yard line. Number 82 making the reception. Freeman, Darren Freeman, he's a junior. And now the Hilltoppers come out on offense, and they'll have a first down and 10. And so far, Joliet Catholic hasn't been able to do much against this tough Wheaton Central defense. We'll see what they can do here.
There was a little bit of pushing and shoving over there again. I did catch the numbers on who that was against, but in the backfield that time after the tackle, there was some pushing around on the part of a couple of players.
7-0, Wheaton Central. 8:45 remaining in the first half of play. The handoff goes to the right side, and a big hole, and running very well for the Joliet Catholic offense is a new running back who just checked in, Dusty
Quasigrach made a nice carry, 5'6". He got around end with good speed, number 40, a little man, but got room to the outside right there and got into the secondary
fast. What's his name?
Dusty Quasigrach.
Good tackle by Darren Bell, saved a substantially bigger gain than what they got, and it was 15 yards at that.
First down and 10 from their own 49. Mahalik, hands, coming back the other way. Nagel puts his head down, but the defenseman, it wasn't Robbie Sievers, John Moyaki also put his head down. They hit head on. Gain of 1, second down and 9.
I believe, Bill, Joliet Catholic has been mainly a running team all year long. They are ball control, big line, keep the ball on the ground, grind out the yardage. So far, that hasn't worked for them. They've just gotten 1 first down in a quarter and a half of the ball game. Let's see if they can control the ball this time.
Second down, 9 yards to go, right about at midfield. Quasagratch stays in. He's in the backfield right along with Clark. Mahalik to throw, fakes. Now he's looking, he has time, fires it to the sidelines. It is intercepted, but no. Out of bounds. Out of bounds.
Philip Kolb, 43, coming in there. Just couldn't get either foot down, but a great defensive play. Good.
Some things have switched around in that defensive unit. Devin Leftwich is in, but because of his absence, many different players have had to play out there defensively for Wheaton Central. As a matter of fact, against Fenton in the last minutes of that ball game, I think Chris Dudek, the wide receiver, had to play some defense.
Generally, Leftwich is key to the team in both areas. Great running back, good defensive player. I think if you had to make an assessment, he's more important to them on defense than he is on offense.
Kolb is out there along with Leftwich. Defensively to safety. Mahalik has some time. Fires it over the middle. The pass is complete for a first down. Complete to Mike Cardwell, number 84, the junior. Gain of 12.
Yeah, nice pickup by Cardwell, the tight end, over the middle, getting open. Just a little curl pattern, stayed in the middle of the field, and a good throw by Mahalik to get him on the numbers.
Watch the time that Mahalik has on this. Good blocking by that front line.
Yeah, he had a couple of backs stay in, too, for protection. Had a lot of time set up and threw it right to Cardwell in stride.
Right in between the pockets in the zone, split the zone very well. That's what Fenton did very successfully last week against Wheaton Central, in which they passed for about 300 yards.
7 minutes, 20 seconds, the clock stops. We have an injury down on the near side of the field, down on the, or no, just a chain.
More chain gang problems.
Yeah, a chain something. Looks like a chain slipped off one of the markers. Thought a guy was down there, but nobody was. So it's going to be first down and 10 from inside the 39-yard line of Wheaton Central. The Hilltoppers of Joliet Catholic now driving inside Central territory. Mahalik hands off. Quasagratch goes to the outside. He breaks a couple tackles, but then he's thrown down by Darren Bell, number 50, right at the line of scrimmage, stays in bounds, so the clock keeps ticking. Boy, little number 40, I wanted to say little, but he is 173 pounds. He's only 5'6".
Number 81 for Wheaton Central, who is
Moyaki,
made a key play that time. Yeah. He had him boxed in, forced him off to the side in time to allow the other Central player to bring him down.
Yeah, Wheaton Central had a blitz on that play coming up the middle, and Quasagratch got to the outside as the initial play broke down. It looked like he was going to have some daylight out there, but as you say, Moyaki did a good job getting outside.
Second and 10 from the 39-yard line. Now I-back formation for the Hilltoppers. Hand off, second man through. This is Kelly for Clark. Clark gets to the 32-yard line. Nice gain for him. Gain of about 6, third down and 4.
Joliet Catholic's best possession of this ball game thus far. They picked up a couple of first downs and now are shooting for their third here with 6 minutes to go.
Excellent hold that time. That's the kind of blocking with the size of their line that you'd expect to see them execute.
Straightforward running play here. Now they go back to a split formation. Big third down play, 3rd and 4, man in motion to the right side. Hand off, Quasagratch to the outside. He's going to be brought down.
Nowhere.
Darren Bell.
Brian Cahill, number 91, the defensive end, was the one who got the hands all over the runner Quasagratch, and now there's a little bit of pushing going on, and Wheaton Central defensively wants that little number 40 who's just a spark plug.
Well, now the Hilltoppers are in 4-down territory here. Let's watch the replay. Quasagratch 40 trying to get to the outside again. Darren Bell, and as you said, Cahill coming up doing a great job.
So here they come up. 4th down, 4 yards to go. Joliet Catholic will go for it at the 32-yard line of Wheaton Central. Mahalik telling his players what to do here. Going back to pass. Here comes everybody. Throws to the left side. Wide open. He has his receiver. It's Nagel, who still is on his feet, and he's down at about the 15-yard line. Well, the Hilltoppers were prepared for that.
Well, they beat the blitz there. The blitz came from the opposite side of the field by Wheaton Central, and good protection, enough time for the quarterback Mahalik to find Nagel wide open along the left sideline.
Here it is again.
There you see it coming from the opposite side, and That man pretty much uncovered over there. Nagel does a good job, slips a tackle, slips another one, gets a big first down.
The risk of the blitz is you leave the defender uncovered if there's time for the quarterback to throw the ball.
Ball's at the 15, inside handoff, hurdling people is Clark. Fumbles the football, but it is still Joliet Catholic's ball at about the 7-yard line.
Clark got back to the loose football that he fumbled and fell back on it. And a vital possession save there for Joliet Catholic.
So the ball now to the 8-yard line. Joliet Catholic wanting to tie this thing up. 4:10 remaining in the first half, 7-0 Wheaton Central. Hilltoppers on the drive. They seem to be finding some holes, some gaping holes in the Wheaton Central defense. Under 4 minutes to go. First half. Tight offensive structure here. Hand off. Second man through is Nagel, keeping his feet churning as his head goes into the middle of a big pile. Nagel has to get down inside the 5-yard line, and I think he's about a yard short.
He's about a yard short, maybe inside a yard.
So it'll be 3rd down and 1. Hilltoppers winning the state championship last year. They've been to the playoffs. This is the 13th year that they've been to the playoffs. Since 1974, Joliet Catholic has not been to the playoffs in only 2 years. And that was 79 and 80. Every other year they're in the playoffs. Quarterback sneak Mahalik, a big hole for him. Down to about the 2-yard line.
This will give him the first down inside the 5.
Mahalik just followed his center, Bob Cox, who's a co-captain on this ball club. And now the Hilltoppers are even closer at the 2.
They're going to have 4 fresh cracks at it, too, inside the 5-yard line. They mark it down at about the 3.
And Wheaton Central now is going to call a timeout. Defensive coordinator Ron Muhich coming out to talk with his defense. It's 7-0 in favor of Wheaton Central. But the Hilltoppers want to tie this one up, and they can with 1 play from where they are. And those are some of the Hilltopper fans who have come up here from Joliet to watch this ball game and cheer on their team.
Well, Joliet Catholic used to following winners, all these fans, year after year. This year, no exception. A little bit more of a down year, I guess they would say, because they lost 3 games coming into this one. But you got to remember the conference they play in, that tough East Suburban Catholic, in which just about everybody who plays in that conference gets to the playoffs in the postseason. So,
yeah.
Phil, maybe when the folks from Wheaton Central hear how loud the crowd is on this side, they might let you guys over on the other side next year.
This is what we have to cover. We have to cover the Joliet Catholic side, and there are some of the Hilltoppers this ball game. Well, what a tradition at that school. 6 state titles, many of them on the 4A side. Last year a state title. As you said, the coach is going to even leave after this year.
Yeah, Jim Boyder only in his 3rd year. He won the state title last year. He'd like to win it again this year and then call it quits, because they're looking for a new coach next year.
Here we go. 3:09 remaining here in the first half. First down from the 2-yard line. Handoff.
No,
nowhere.
Baron Bell is right there to hit Ken Nagel, number 22, who I think got back to the line of scrimmage, but that's about it. 2nd down and goal.
Yep, you're right there as they try to run to the right side, and Bell, also Leftwich helping out, plugged up that hole quickly. No gain on the play.
No gain on that play, correction.
2:45 and counting.
Joliet Central's coach giving any indication of why he's retiring after this year?
Well, I guess he said in the paper that he's won a state championship. He's looking for another one this year, and then he's done. Fumble. Mahalik picks it back up. He hands the ball off to Clark, who puts his hand over, it looked like over the goal line with the ball, but no, the officials say that he's just a little bit short. That was almost disaster for the Hilltoppers. So the Wheaton Central defense holds again.
Can't see where they marked this one down. Looks like at about the 1.
Inside the 1, I think. It'll be 3rd down and goal to go, about a half a yard to go.
Yeah, there you see it on your screen right there. It's that close.
See if they do a quarterback sneak. They do.
No, he didn't get it.
I don't think Mahalik's in it. I think he dropped the football.
He got the football back, but he did fumble it. He never did even, in fact, I think he probably lost a half a yard on the play.
It looked like Mahalik started running before he had the snap. Joliet Catholic gets it again, but it's going to be 4th down. So the Central defense holds one more time. Now do you go for the field goal?
Well, they're down to a minute 44, and Jim Boyder, I don't think has burned the timeout yet. Now he does.
That is a pumped-up Central defense right now. To hold them here at this point is a key, significant momentum in the ball game.
That was a great shot by our cameraman down there. You saw it as he never did get the snap from center, fumbled it right away, and was pushed back, and he just fell on the football. I think the forward wall of Wheaton just pushing him back on the loose football.
So the clock stops with a minute 37 to go in the first half. Joliet Catholic is trying to tie this one up at 7-7. Knocking on the door, the Hilltoppers. Right at the 1-yard line.
This is a very interesting play call now for Jim Boyder. Really hasn't had success down near the goal line running up the middle. Does he try something wide in this situation?
There's your score. What would you call? Another quarterback sneak?
I don't know if the option is in their
pass.
arsenal, but an option
pass.
could be a possibility. I would think you'd try the shortest distance to get to the goal line, though. I don't know if they'll run wide or not in this situation. But he runs up the middle. That don't work yet.
I definitely think you go for it. You're down inside the 1-yard line. You're down by 7 points. First half is virtually over. You want to put this. You want to match them. You want to go into that locker room even.
Even if you don't make it, you put him at the 1-yard line. Well, whatever Ron Muhage said to his defense before this goal line stand, he must have said something pretty important. 4th down and 1 yard to go. Faking a handoff, throwing into the end zone is incomplete. The Central defense holds. The ball was knocked away in the secondary by Bill Hess, number 3.
Yeah, beautiful play. Mahalik threw it behind his receiver, and that helped out Hess quite a bit, but he had good coverage.
Pass intended for Emil Stanfield, but it was thrown behind him, and Hess got his hand in to knock it away. Wheaton Central takes it over inside the 1-yard line.
I watched that play, knowing that Joliet Catholic has got a very powerful, very big line, and I think of what Coach Woody Hayes often said about passing the ball, and that is that 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are against you, and that's exactly what went wrong there.
So with a minute 34 left, Wheaton Central pass out of their own end zone. The pass is complete to Hess. Hess still on his feet at the 30 and brought down at the 32-yard line. So Wheaton Central comes from deep out of their own end zone up to the 32-yard line. The tackle made on the play for the Hilltoppers was by number 10, Dave English.
And that was a saving tackle by English because Hess had big yardage on top of that unless he brought him down, and which he did near the 32.
First down and 10, 1:20 and ticking to go first half. Wheaton Central leading 7-0. Pumped up after a big goal line stand. Thorne hands off on the draw. It's Seabrooks. He has an opening over the 40 to the 50-yard line and up to the 49-yard line of Joliet Catholic. About a 20-yard gain for Robbie Seabrooks. And now Wheaton Central with 2 plays is inside Joliet Catholic territory.
If my memory serves me correctly, I think they've got all 3 of their timeouts.
Well, they don't take one here, but boy, that's talk about getting away from their goal line in a hurry.
You guys remember 2 weeks ago right here when they drove about 60, 65 yards with a minute and 26 left?
Thorne looking long to Dudek. He's gone there. Overthrow him. Dudek was out there, as you said, Rick. He had beaten the defense, it looked like, but Thorne overthrew him. That stops the clock with 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Well, Dudek again, one-on-one coverage. They tried the same route that got him the touchdown, and Dudek tried to run underneath the ball, just overthrown again.
Second down and 10. The Hilltopper 49. 50 seconds to go first half. 7-0 Wheaton Central. The Tigers looking good offensively tonight, but have only put 7 points on the board. Thorne calling something at the line. Takes a snap. Here comes a blitz. He saw it. Passes to Dudek at the 40. Dudek makes a move. Gets to the 36-yard line before he's knocked down. A 13-yard pass completion. Another first down for Wheaton Central. And Thorne now is trying to push his team up to the line of scrimmage as the clock keeps ticking. It has stopped at 44, but it'll start up as soon as the ball is put down by the referee. Here's that quick pass again.
See Dudek, a little safe pass there and a good move to the outside.
Now back to the action. Thorne back to pass. One more time. Fires it out in the flat. Seabrook's trying to get around the outside. Seabrook's still on his feet. Making a move to the 35, down to the 33-yard line. And I guess he got out of bounds over there at the 33, unless Wheaton Central calls one of their timeouts. 26 seconds to go, first half. And the ball is marked down at the 33-yard line, and that's where Wheaton Central will have it with a 2nd down and 7 situation.
That's a case where he probably should have gotten out of bounds or made the move in that direction rather than trying to get a couple of extra yards forward. That was actually a lateral rather than a pass.
He could have thrown that football forward upfield.
Yeah, that ball was thrown backwards, so it was technically a lateral and therefore a run rather than a pass play.
Well, the Central defense stops Joliet Catholic at the 1-yard line, comes straight downfield, gets 50 yards in 2 plays. And now they're at the 33 of Joliet Catholic. Wheaton Central on their first drive got stopped at the 2-yard line by the Hilltopper defense.
I still want to go back to that call. They outmanned them on the line. They're within a yard of taking it across the goal. I don't know why they didn't just punch it in rather than trying to pass the ball on 4th down that time.
Well, the Hilltoppers, I think, tried 3 times to punch it in, and they got punched back. Trying for a surprise play action.
I'm glad they didn't.
I think his man was open. The pass was just thrown a little bit behind him. 2nd down, 7. Thorne needs a block, gets one. Looking left, fires to Dudek. It is incomplete. It hit the hands of Dudek, but good defense back there. Again on the play, defensively, was Dave English, number 10.
And English hit him just at the right moment because Dudek was almost able to hang on to that football, but the hit popped it loose, incomplete.
Very good defensive play on that.
So we'll have a 3rd down and 7 now for the Tigers. Leftwich has now come into the backfield along with Seabrooks. I haven't seen him out there. Thorne to throw. Looks over the middle to Wormlinger. He's got him at the 15 to the 10-yard line. The tight end, Mike Wormlinger. It'll be 1st down at about the 11. And now Wheaton Central comes up and calls a timeout with 12 seconds to go in the first half.
So they ran up to that line of scrimmage like they were going to try a hurry-up play right there and not take a timeout. And finally, Thorne called the timeout. With 12 seconds to go, it'll be 1st down.
Well, there's his dad, John Thorne, the head coach, coming out to talk to him. See what he wants to do here. 12 seconds to go, first half. You have time to run a play, and if they have another timeout left, they can call it. Throw one into the end zone. And then if you don't get it, kick a field goal.
Great catch by Wormlinger on that play. He played a very key part last week in the game in the 2nd half when Central came back from the 19-7 deficit to win the ball game.
There's a coach in shorts again you're talking about. It's cold out here. Don't take his word that it's not cold out here, because it is. Only see a football coach in shorts, though, I think.
Well, I mentioned Woody Hayes earlier, folks. I remember years back in the 50s and 60s that Woody Hayes would go out there in the cold weather and coach in his shirt sleeves.
That's more of a coaching stance I would like to see.
Well, now you got to figure that the Tigers will go for something in the end zone right here.
1st down and 10. They can get a 1st down at the 1-yard line. Now maybe it's 1st and goal. Thorne to pass. Looks over the middle. Now he's under a rush. Thorne throws in the end zone to Wormlinger. It's tipped and incomplete. There is a flag down in the backfield, though, and that could be holding.
Yeah, this could really hurt because this could push him out of field goal range, too, with 5 seconds to go. Or decent field goal range anyway.
Sign on Joliet Catholic side is that it is against Wheaton Central. Holding. Absolutely right, Rick. That basically puts them out of field goal position. They've got to take one last shot at getting the ball into the end zone on this play. I don't think they can kick a field goal from that distance.
Set it down at the 25-yard line. It'd be a 42-yard effort right here.
Into the win.
Sampson's in there, though.
Well, now we've seen Wheaton Central fake this a lot.
Notice who's holding the ball, too.
Thorne is holding the ball, and
they're yelling fake on the Joliet Catholic side.
I don't think Wheaton Central really thinks that they're going to fake anybody out on this if they do fake it. It would be a 41-yarder if Sampson did kick it. He's going to try. No, way short, and his left foot slipped when he tried to kick the ball, too. Well, I don't know. The PA said it's partially blocked. I think he just missed that one. 1 second remains on the clock, and the kick is no good.
Well, you're talking a long distance for a high school player to kick the ball. You're talking about wet field conditions, and you're talking about a little bit of a kick into the wind. I would have been totally shocked if that kick had been made.
Wheaton Central has dominated every phase of this first half, but only the lead 7-0 going into the halftime break.
Now we'll see what Joliet Catholic does with just 1 second left in the first half. Mahalik going to hand it off. Clark, the man with the ball, and he will be thrown down by the defense after a couple of yards. And that is the end of the first half of play. The score is Wheaton Central 7 and Joliet Catholic nothing. And we'll be back for second half action on Centel Sports in the second round playoff games coming up right after this.
If you're a duck hunter like me, you know there aren't as many birds as there used to be. That's why lead poisoning is such a problem. Estimates are more than 2 million waterfowl die each year from lead poisoning, which happens when the birds swallow lead shotgun pellets while feeding. We can stop lead poisoning by switching to steel shot. I love duck hunting, and if by just changing the steel shot, I can help ensure more ducks for the future, then I'll do it. Join me in getting the lead out.
That's it. I'm history. End of the road.
You can't quit, Vince. No crash dummy takes out a utility pole like you do.
Larry, for years I've been proving how safety belts save lives, but nobody's listening.
Sure they are.
Yeah, that's why thousands die in car accidents every year. I feel like I'm banging my head against the wall.
Come on, Vince. Tomorrow's the big day. 2 compacts. Head on.
High speed?
Could save a life.
No, I'll be there.
Yeah.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
Getting ready for the third quarter of play with a score. Wheaton Central 7, Joliet Catholic nothing. Wheaton Central in the first quarter, when they got the ball, went all the way down to the 2-yard line, fumbled. The second time they got the ball, they were inside the 20-yard line. On 4th down, could not complete a pass, but the lucky third time they got the ball, they finally scored. I'm Bill Martin along with Rick Gooby and Dave Bomer. And Rick, Wheaton Central has been dominating this ball game, and this is how they scored earlier in the ball game in the second quarter.
And here's the touchdown pass to Dudek. It's good for 32 yards. You see it from ground level on the replay. Dudek, single coverage there, beat the man to the throw. A good throw by Thorne, and that connection hooks up for the touchdown.
Dave, does it surprise you Wheaton Central dominated the first half like they did?
Well, we talked about that at half. They're a good team. The biggest question is how well they believe in themselves and believe in their ability. They're up against a team that's probably been to the state playoffs more than any other team in the state since the playoffs started.
Rick, any first half? Okay, go ahead.
No, I just, there's that doubt just because you're up against a team that's been there so many times and you haven't been before.
Rick, any first half stats?
Well, Wheaton Central dominated action the first half. Thorne 8 out of 17, 153 yards throwing, and the touchdown, and Seabrooks rushing 10 carries for 82 yards.
Ready for the opening kickoff of the second half on Centel Sports. 7-0, the team in the black, Wheaton Central leading. Joliet Catholic will try to get back to this one, you know that, in the second half. The ball is taken at the 25-yard line by Kelly, who goes to the 30, the 35, he's down the sidelines, and finally, he's pushed out of bounds at the 45-yard line. So a nice return by Joliet's Ken Nagel, number 22.
Let's see where they did mark him out. I think at the 35-yard line.
Looks like about the 35-yard line, yeah.
Okay.
So he was bumped out of bounds on the second contact on the coverage. But a good return for Kelly because it looked like he wasn't going to get much at all.
You know, you asked a question about being surprised. I think the key thing here, Wheaton Central has dominated substantially. The score could easily be 28-7 rather than 7-0 right now.
Quarterback is Chris Mahalik. Hands it off to Nagel. Gets up to the 40-yard line, brought down at about the 42 before he is tackled right there. Making the stop for the Wheaton Central Tigers was Eric Claflin, number 91.
There you see the Joliet Catholic offense on the field. Mahalik is the quarterback, a senior. Nagel and Clark are the running backs.
We haven't seen Unovich today. I wonder if he's hurt today. Cox, one of the captains of center. Buck and Wallace at the guard positions. And there you saw the rest of them. Second down, 4. Handoff up the middle. Well, as soon as I just said we have not seen Udovich today, he runs the ball. He's at the fullback position. He got 1. It'll be 3rd down and 3. Here's the defense for Wheaton Central. Cahill and Moiaki are the ends. The defensive tackles, Greg Shelby, Eric Claflin, Nicky Conamos at the nose guard position. Jim Carner and Darren Bell, the linebackers. Bill Hess, Robbie Seabrooks in at quarterback. Free safety, Dave Shutters. Dudek I put in there to say he's the rover back, but he hasn't really played in that position so far today. Right now playing the rover back is Kolb, number 43. Handoff up the middle. Clark, he has a first down over the 45-yard line to the 47. Sean Clark, the halfback, a junior, gets a first down.
Clark coming on a little bit of a counter play, going from his left to the other side of the field, and crossed over nicely, had a good hole to run through, and picked up the first down on a gain of about 4.
So the Hilltoppers come right out and go downfield. A little bit about Clark. He has not started all year. As a matter of fact, the first start was last week against Addison Trail, and he ran for 99 yards. Handoff, Udovich has a hold to the outside. Tough guy to bring down. Looks like he has a first down. Bill Hess stole the ball away from him, but the officials say no. Ball's at the 44-yard line. Hess says, hey, I have the ball, just throws it down in the ground. Nope. Officials do not recognize him there for having the ball. Udovich plays a fullback position. He stands 6'2", 200 pounds.
That's a big running back.
They run it with 2 running backs in the fullback position. You've probably seen today, if you watch the first half of this game, a nice run and shoot offense. That's what the Hilltoppers like to do. Now they have a 2nd and 1 situation. Handoff, right side, Nagel jumps over the line of scrimmage, gets to the 40-yard line. So Joliet Catholic comes up all fired up here in the 3rd quarter, and I kind of sense that they would. I bet you two, both of you guys did too. It's a team that knows when they're down, they have to get going.
Well, they're following those big horses here in this 3rd quarter, that offensive line, opening up some holes, going back to the basics, keeping it on the ground.
They're a big team. They've got all the potential to block Wheaton Central out and open up those holes and gain some good yardage. They're going for the ball control ball game. Plenty of ball game left. They're only a touchdown behind.
From the 40, flags are down. The play will not count. It'll be a legal procedure against Joliet Catholic, so it'll be first down and 15 yards to go.
False start on the offense.
Got some big guys in there. Cox, as I said, the team captain. He's 240 pounds. Brian Buck at the right guard position. He stands 220 pounds. You've got Ken Wallace at the left guard position. He stands 170 pounds.
Well, that was a replay of an illegal procedure penalty against Joliet Catholic, which will be their 6th penalty of the ball game. Penalized in the first half 5 times for 30 yards, and tack that one on as well.
The big guy in the line that I wanted to mention before is O'Brien, 275 pounds. He's one of the tackles. Mahalik rolls out to find time, fires it, and it is incomplete. The ball was intended for wide receiver, who's made a lot of catches today, Darren Freeman, where he's been thrown to a lot today, but Freeman couldn't make the catch.
Well covered by Seabrooks on the play.
Freeman's a tall target. He's only a sophomore, but he stands 6'3".
In the first half, the quarterback Mahalik was 2 out of 6 for 27 yards, and that one incomplete. Didn't throw that much, only had 2 different receivers in that first half of action.
That penalty was significant. They gained 2 first downs on ball control, moving the ball well on the ground. Suddenly they're forced to start throwing the ball again to pick up the yardage. Puts them outside of the ball game that they've been trying to play.
2nd down, 15, handoff up the middle. Putting his head down is Nagel over the 40-yard line. Whoa, some late hitting going on here. Greg Shelby came in and just put his head right into Nagel. There's number 22. He's getting dirty today. Muddy field. It's been raining most of the day. There's still a mist coming down. There has been throughout the game. It's cold. Temperatures are falling below the 30 mark right now.
Big 3rd down play now for the Hilltoppers. 3rd and about 8.
Just started. 3rd quarter of play. 7-0 Wheaton Central. Joliet Catholic is driving. See if they can keep it alive. Mahalik back to pass, rolling to get some time. Shelby after him, setting up a screen. It goes right in the middle, but a good defensive play. The screen was complete to number 80, Emil Stanfield. But coming up from behind to make a great defensive play was the nose guard, Nicky Conamos, number 66. So only a gain of 2. It'll be 4th down and 7.
Oh, that was a tremendous play by Economos because they set that screen up very well. They rolled out to the right, just threw back to the middle, and you'll see 66 come in there and make a shoestring tackle from behind. Watch it as he's got some blockers in front of him.
Good camera work there.
Nick is a player you haven't heard as much about this year, but he's been in some very key plays for the team in some of the big games.
4th down and 7. Mahalik throws, and it is complete. First down for Joliet Catholic. Stanfield made the catch, the officials say, at about the 26-yard line.
A sliding catch by Stanfield, too, and the official right there to call it complete. A great effort there to pick up a very key first down and keep the possession going.
7:50 and counting in the 3rd quarter. See it again.
You'll see it. I don't know if you'll be able to see it.
Oh, this is that play before. That's that same play Economos made. Now we're back to the action. Nagel on a pitch out. Bounces to the outside, and Nagel gets about 6 yards before he is hit by Kolb, and Kolb is down on the sideline.
I think Kolb came in from behind and got clipped behind the knee, trailing the play, and I think he's in pretty big pain right there.
Nagel, I think, was shaken up just a little bit, too.
Yeah, they got Kolb from behind, kind of blindsided on the plays. He was coming up from his defensive back spot. And
that's not Kolb there that you're looking at. Kolb for Wheaton Central down on the sidelines right now. That's Nagel, and he looks a little bit shaken up, too. There's Kolb.
Philip Kolb had a big defensive play in the first half, almost an interception. And was just trailing the play, trying to help on the tackle there. The man was already down on the sidelines, and I think he just got hit from behind as a man trying to throw a block.
Clock stops with 7:36 to go, 3rd quarter. Tigers of Wheaton Central leading it by a score of 7-0. Central scored their touchdown in the 2nd quarter.
This looks like the rollout
This was
pass
that 4th
here.
down pass
That's
there.
the sliding catch by Stanfield, which got him the first down.
Hess is saying, what? It hit the ground. It didn't look like it did in that replay. We don't have slow motion to show you.
I wasn't sure about it the first time. That time, I think he caught the ball.
Now, Kolb is out of the action now on the sidelines. He's being helped to his feet. Looks like play will continue here now.
Hope he's okay, being helped off.
No, I don't know, they're taking him back onto the field, probably just across to the far sideline to get him some medical attention, of course.
There you see some of the Wheaton Central fans came to this ball game today. There's Kolb being helped off.
Joliet Catholic has put together a very nice drive here to open up this 3rd quarter. They've controlled it thus far.
Devin Leftwich has come in for him. Also, Charles McMahon is in, number 34 for Wheaton Central.
Marvell Scott is also in the defense.
Marvell Scott, I'm sorry, he's number 34. So Scott has come in a defensive end position. Leftwich will move into the secondary. Second down, about 4 yards to go. Mahalik, hands off, up the middle. Nagel jumps over some tacklers before he runs into number 50, Darren Bell.
Awfully close to the first down on that.
I think he has it. Officials calling timeout.
You see Nagel, who's taking over where Seabrooks does, hurdling that line of scrimmage and getting what appears to be very close to a first down. They're going to bring on the chain gang again. Let's see, you'll get to see it right in your living room right there on the measurement.
First down.
By half the football. So the drive continues for the Hilltoppers. It started at their own 36-yard line, and now the ball is resting just outside the 15.
Well, Joliet Catholic only had 4 first downs in the first half. Already they have 4 in this drive.
Defending Class 5A state champions on a roll. Down by 7. The last Hilltopper drive ended at the 1.
There's the blitz.
Mahalik in trouble. Steps up and throws. It's intercepted by Dave Shutters.
He's got some blockers, too.
Shutters to the 20. pushed out of bounds at the 23-yard line. Dave Shutters, number 40, got the interception, but let's credit the Wheaton Central rush for that one.
No question about that. They put the pressure on it. There were 3 guys in there. Quarterback had to hurry to get the ball off. He wasn't anywhere close to any of his receivers.
Let's watch it again. The great outside rush. Mahalik avoided the pressure there, tried to set up and throw in a hurry, and no chance. He threw it right into the hands of Shutters. There you see Day, number 40, pick it off cleanly, get to the sidelines, and get bumped out of bounds, but Wheaton Central has it. Now to the action. Robbie Seabrooks coming right at you to the 30-yard line. Seabrooks with a gain of 7 before he is hit in the secondary. Number 51, Mike Greger, the strong safety, the senior, coming over to make the tackle. Let's see that interception again. Here's the interception. There's the pressure on the outside. Leftwich getting in there. Mahalik pumps and throws it into the hands of Shutter, waiting in the secondary.
This is Wheaton Central's first possession of the second half. Let's see what they can do to run some time off that clock and put some points on the board.
Handoff. Leftwich, his first carry of the night, out to the 40-yard line. Leftwich with 10 yards and a first down.
Well, Leftwich was supposedly hurt, supposedly bad knee, supposedly bad ankle. Doesn't look too bad on that run, does he, guys?
No, and he came in on the blitz just the play before that. Nice hole up the middle for Leftwich to run through. You see it again on the replay. Little cross play in the backfield. He's got a nice hole off right tackle to get inside. First down inside the 40-yard line for Wheaton Central in their own territory. Tigers up 7-zip. Comes a blitz from the left side. Handoff, Seabrooks. Looking for a hole, not much there. Maybe gets 2 to the 30 or the 41-yard line. Everybody in there on this stop. Rob once again gets up at the bottom of the pile. Dan Rob, one of the co-captains on Joliet's team.
Well, Robbie Seabrooks is having himself a great playoff. 2 games, 99 yards the first game, up over 90 yards thus far tonight.
Seabrooks last week really came into his own when Leftwich went out with an injury in the third period. It was almost like you could see the determination from a distance in him that he was going to win that game by his running ability.
Seabrooks gets the ball again. Cuts to the outside at the 50 and still going. Has a first down over the 40 to the 35-yard line. Robbie Seabrooks with another big run, about a 25-yard gain for number 32.
Oh, that's just a great effort. He got the speed, got the pitch out to the outside, just waited for a block, got him to the outside line, and great job getting downfield.
That should put him over 100 yards, Rick, shouldn't it?
Yeah, well over 100 yards with that one.
Now Robbie had 99 yards against Fenton. There he is, number 32. He's back there with Leftwich. That's a tandem that they've been working with all year. First down from the 36-yard line for Wheaton Central on another drive. Handoff again. Seabrooks, big hole, 25 to the 20-yard line. Still on his feet down to the 17-yard line.
Let's credit the front line with that one. Seabrooks had a beautiful hole, as wide open as you'd want to have it. Clear day night to go through, and then just turned it on.
Robbie Seabrooks running right behind big number 60 that time, Dan Junkie. And you're right, he had a big hole.
Well, this time they go to the right. Last down they went to sweep left. Here they go to the right side. We'll get a chance on the replay to watch it. Big hole again. And boy, he gets into the secondary in a hurry. He's got 130 yards rushing thus far tonight.
Pat Ramp over there and Dan Junkie, the guard in the tackle spot.
Interesting call there. Joliet Catholic calls timeout in the third quarter. That means they're down to 2 timeouts left in the ball game. When you're trailing, that can be a critical decision.
But again, if they see something that their defense isn't attuned to what Wheaton Central's doing, they better stop it now. With 4:37 left in the third, down 7-0. They want to make that 14-0. So if there's some big adjustment they have to make, they might as well make it now. It's a playoff game. There's no tomorrow.
You got to make that call. No question about that, but it has its price to it.
It's a very vital possession. If Wheaton Central can punch it into the end zone after Joliet Catholic marched all the way down the field, chewed up 6 minutes, and came up empty with the interception, Wheaton Central comes right back, puts another score on the board. That's going to really hurt these, probably the emotions of this Hilltopper squad.
Especially on their away field. Although I do have a lot of fans here.
Well, keep in mind, too, they are a running team. They have not passed that successfully tonight. They have not had a record of passing this year. They've pretty much dominated the game on the ground. You fall behind by 2 touchdowns late in the third quarter, you're not going to come back in the ball game on the ground.
Ball inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. 1st and 10, Wheaton Central. Leftwich drills through the front of the line to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Devin Leftwich. No flags on the field. Wheaton Central takes a 13-0 lead.
Boy, that offensive line opened up holes that a truck could drive through.
Look at the scoreboard. Look at the scoreboard flashing on and off. You think they're excited here about this playoff game, folks?
I mean to say they had nothing but daylight to run through Seabrooks and Leftwich in that series. Just domination by that offensive front.
So Leftwich scores from 12 yards out. Here's the extra point by Sampson. It is high, it is up, it is good, and it's 14-0 in favor of Wheaton Central on their home field with 4:31 remaining in the 3rd quarter of play.
Just a great series to come back, keyed by that interception by Shutters that set it up, and they marched it down the field in very little time on huge plays, one after the next. Seabrooks and Leftwich on the ground. Let's watch it.
78-yard drive, capped by this run.
There's Leftwich getting to the outside, got away from the contact, and got it over the goal line in the corner of the end zone. Nice to have him back in the offense tonight. Does a great job on 2 carries in that possession.
Now the Hilltoppers are really going to have to buckle down here. On offense, they've been moving the ball.
Well, Devin Leftwich has certainly been a pleasant surprise tonight. He was not expected to play. He was a key player on that drive.
14-0 is the score in favor of Wheaton Central. Again, the winner of this game will be playing Wheaton North on Saturday.
You can bet that's in the back of the minds of Wheaton Central getting a chance at a rematch against Wheaton North.
Raises an interesting question, folks. Outside of the city of Chicago, how many times in the final 8 of a state tournament have 2 teams from the same town played in it?
We'll answer that after this kickoff. Taken by Mike Cardwell, number 84, and he gets back to about the 35-yard line. 3 times, Dave.
For the Tigers, stopped by Rick Field.
Looks like you've done your homework on that.
No, I have no idea.
I was impressed, Bill. I would have
You didn't know I was wrong.
But I was going to ask you to name the towns next.
I knew it. 2-part question, yeah.
But even put aside
in each class.
Now put aside that they're playing each other. Let's go for the same class here.
Yeah.
Has it ever? I wonder if it's ever happened outside of the city of Chicago that 2 teams in the same from the same city have been in the final 8.
Hand off, number 33, Clark gets to the outside before he is tripped up at about the 42-yard line, so a gain of 7 by Clark. Well, sometimes they can't meet in the final 8 because the schedule is made so the teams from the same town usually play each other before that time. Now, it just so happens that Wheaton Central and Wheaton North will play each other in the quarterfinals.
There you see the Hilltopper defense on the sidelines talking to the defensive coach, trying to get some signals corrected there.
Handoff goes again. This is Nagel. He has a big hole. Nagel to the outside, still on his feet at the 50. And finally, Greg Shelby from his defensive tackle position runs back into the secondary to make the tackle at the 49-yard line. But Nagel wasn't touched for about 10 yards.
Big carry by Nagel around the left side for yardage. He got outside midfield into Tiger territory, a gain of about 9 on the play.
Watching this drive so far, I said before that the onus was going to be on Joliet Catholic, and they were going to have a tough time coming back, given that they're basically a running team. So far, they're moving the ball well. There's 3 minutes left in this quarter, a whole another quarter to play yet. This ain't over.
Nagel again, around the left side. He's knocked down by Darren Bell at the 45-yard line. The clock will continue to run down. A gain of 4 for Nagel. As you can hardly even see his number, his uniform is so muddy. In the middle of this field is really getting torn up. Luckily, I think, though, for Joliet Catholic, the way they're going, if they get down towards that goal line, there's a lot of grass down there, so they should have some good footing. There hasn't been as much play down on the side of Joliet, although we'll switch quarters. They'll probably be on the opposite side then. We have 2:45 remaining in the 3rd quarter. It is 14-0, Wheaton Central. I'm Bill Martin with Rick Gooby and Dave Bomer for Centel Sports, bringing you a 2nd-round playoff game at Wheaton Central High School. That's Clark in motion, taking a handoff. Here comes a reverse, and nowhere to go is Stanfield. Oh, he does break a tackle. Stanfield still on his feet. It almost took the whole team to bring him down. A great gain of 3 yards for Stanfield.
That was about a 6-yard loss that through his maneuverings, he got by 5 different tackles, 4 to 5 different tackles to turn that into about a 4-yard gain. Great run.
I mean to say, he took some punishment on the end of that one, too.
5'8", 187 pounds. Stanfield coming around on the end around, doing a great job. Here it is again. He breaks a tackle there by Cahill misses him. Another nice block. Breaks a bunch more, kind of leans into a couple people.
4 tackles between somebody got a hold of him.
3rd down and 3 from the 41-yard line of Wheaton Central. Hilltoppers on the move. Mahalik, the quarterback, hands off. First man through, Udovich. He's got the first down and more, still standing. Central can't even bring it down at the 30-yard line. And there's a flag down as more people come into the melee.
Personal foul, I think, against the Hilltoppers. Boy, what a vicious block thrown in as that play was dead.
A flag came down. Udovich was still on his feet.
This has got to go against Joliet Catholic, I would think.
And white uniforms, yeah, I saw when Udovich still wouldn't come down. White uniforms came flying in to hit people, and we have a clip.
Definitely right.
Somebody was blindsided, and I don't know if the coach is saying the play was over or what.
Well, if we have a replay on this one, we're going to see a very vicious hit. It's kind of a late hit by the offensive man. Let's watch it on the end of the play. Watch the man coming in from behind.
15-yard walk-off to the 46.
Boom.
It'll be 3rd and 8.
So they had a first down. Now they're back 3rd and 8. They lost 4 yards on the play, in effect.
Now we'll get to see it again.
Tough call for the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, White's out a very big first down.
Watch 91. Knocked down right there. Back to the action now.
Drop play.
Handoff. Clark, and he's buried at the line of scrimmage. Nick Economos, number 66, makes a good defensive play again. Clark could not squeeze free, so it's 4th down at the 46-yard line. The penalty is really hurting Joliet Catholic. And they'll go for it on 4th down with 1:09 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
I was just going to ask, what do you do here? You turn the ball over in the 46-yard line. Central's got great field position. They're going for it.
Well, they have to in this situation here, trailing by 2 touchdowns.
14-0, Wheaton Central. 4th down play. Mahalik the pass. No rush at all. Throws over the middle. It's dropped by Stanfield. Nobody even rushed the quarterback on that. If we could see that again, the linemen dropped back into the secondary. Nobody even rushed the quarterback. They just stood at the line of scrimmage just in case Mahalik would try to run. And the ball was in the hands of Stanfield, but he couldn't hang on. So 4th down, and Wheaton Central will take over. And watch this non-rush. Look at the linemen. They're just standing.
Yeah, he has
you
all
can't
day.
even see him in your picture.
He has all day to wait for Stanfield to work his way open, and when he did get open, he just couldn't hang on to the football.
So now from the 46-yard line, Wheaton Central takes over, 1st down and 10. And they'll probably try to keep it on the ground. Leftwich and Seabrooks both in the backfield. Faking a handoff to Seabrooks. Thorne won a hand to him, now comes around the outside. I'm not sure if that was a designed play, but Thorne is out of bounds at the 47-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like a little bootleg there for Thorne getting to the outside as he tucked it in pretty quickly there.
But Seabrooks was nowhere near him.
This is not a criticism, but I have to say, at a 14-0 lead, coming into the 4th quarter of the game, when Jeff Thorne keeps the ball on a run like that, you get a little nervous that somebody's going to sack him.
He got out of bounds. That stops the clock with 42 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. 2nd down and 4 after a 6-yard run by Thorne. Handoff, Leftwich. He's tripped up right at the line. Maybe he got one. Raub again in on the tackle. Also number 77, Conti.
I was just looking at the lineup there. Joliet Catholic, their defensive backs laying way off the line of scrimmage there. Could be wide open for some short passes underneath for Wheaton Central if they decide to do that, go that route.
3rd down, 3 yards to go. Clock ticking down. This will be the last play of the 3rd quarter, 9 seconds. Thorne fakes a handoff, fires over the middle to Hess at the 35-yard line. And Hess will be brought down right there. So a 1st down for Wheaton Central, and a 12-yard pass play from Jeff Thorne to Bill Hess ends the 3rd quarter of play. So Wheaton Central got a touchdown there in the 3rd quarter, and they're driving again inside Hilltopper territory. We'll go to the 4th quarter in the 2nd round IHSA Class 5A playoff game with the score Wheaton Central 14 and Joliet Catholic nothing.
Hello, and welcome to our special guest, McGruff the Crime Dog.
Thanks, Dick.
Now, do I understand that neighborhood watch programs have reduced crime in some areas as much as 50%?
That's right, but there's more to be done. Start a volunteer escort service for older folks.
Aha, good news for the old folks at home, eh? What about the young folks?
Start McGruff houses.
Which are?
Houses kids can duck into in case of trouble.
For more information, write to this address and help...
help take a fight out of crime.
12 minutes to go in this ball game. It's 14-0 in favor of Wheaton Central. Jeff Thorne looking to pass, fires it across the middle. There was some pushing going on, but no call. Incomplete pass. Dudek was in the pass pattern, and he was covered defensively by Mike Greger, but
he was convinced there was pass interference on that, too. He looked around to question the referee. The referee sure didn't see the same thing he thought it was.
Right, no call on the play. So now we have a timeout in the officials for some equipment.
I think John Thorne was thinking saw what I saw there, that Joliet Catholic laying off the wide receivers at the line of scrimmage, so he's starting to throw underneath now a little bit.
From the 35-yard line, first down and 10. Thorne looking to hand off, nobody there, rolling, penalty flags down, still looking downfield. He can't pass, I don't think, because some people are downfield, some of his linemen are downfield. It would have been a penalty, and he goes out of bounds about 2 yards in back of the line of scrimmage. I think that was supposed to be a draw play, but nobody was back there for Thorne to hand off to, and the penalty is going to go against Wheaton Central.
I suspect it'll be a 15-yarder.
Preliminary signal was holding on the Tigers.
The holding is going to go against Wheaton Central right here. I think it was dropped at about the line of scrimmage.
Still a little bit premature to talk about that potential matchup between Wheaton North and Wheaton Central, but since you've already started the conversation, Bill, what's your thought? How do you think they stack up?
I didn't start the conversation. My director, Mark Webb, said, who plays after this game?
You followed his lead, didn't you?
I said Wheaton North. I didn't say who they were playing.
Okay.
I said either team plays Wheaton North. If that game would turn into something, Wheaton North beat Wheaton Central 21-7 earlier in the year, but Wheaton Central turned the ball over twice for touchdowns in that game. Handoff, draw play, Seabrooks, big hole to the 40, looking to the 35, he gets that far, and that's about the original line of scrimmage, so we'll have a third down and 11 for Wheaton Central, down to the 35-yard line of Joliet Catholic.
Again, a huge hole on the delay. The draw play to Seabrooks. He just picked his hole around the left side, got to the sidelines, picked up the penalty yardage right back.
Watch everybody contained inside, and Seabrooks runs around him.
Yeah, there he just sees the hole open up along the left side, gets out to the 35-yard line and pick up a 10.
Greger again making the tackle in the secondary. So third down and 11 for the Tigers. Only one back in the backfield. That's Leftwich. Thorne in trouble. Steps up. Thorne going to run. He has room. Thorne to the outside. Stumbles over a few people, and I believe he has the first down at the 22-yard line.
He does have the first down.
Just a great move by Thorne on the end of that play. I don't know if he saw the marker or not. He knew where he had to get and faked to the outside, dipped to the inside, and dove, and I think got the first down.
It was marked backwards from where originally the ball was put down. Another referee came in and put his foot down, and it was marked backwards. Now there's a player down in the field. As you see, one of the players from Joliet Catholic is down on one knee.
Well, they need to get.
They're taking a measurement. Thorne is standing right there. He thought he made it.
There you'll see it in your living room right there on the screen as they spring on the sticks to stretch it out.
Let's not assume everybody has TVs in the living room watching this.
I was going to say, it could be the family room, it
well,
could be the rec room.
Kitchen, whatever.
Got it. And it is a first down by over a length of the ball. So a great run by Thorne that time. Gives Wheaton Central a first down and keeps the drive alive. Now watch him. He'll have some time. He gets a good block from Leftwich, and then he breaks free.
He had a wide open room to run after the coverage forced him out of the pocket. There you see him take off. Watch the move right here to get to the sticks. Lunges forward with the football.
Back to the action. Thorne hands off straight up the middle to Robbie Seabrooks. Seabrooks is inside the 20-yard line to the 17. A nice gain of 5 for Seabrooks on the play. 10:27 to go in this ball game, and Wheaton Central holding on to a 14-0 lead and driving inside the 20.
2nd and 4 at the 17.
The Tigers have not punted in this ball game. Thorne taking his time, calling some signals. Back to pass. Comes a blitz. Fires over the middle to Dudek.
Got a flag on the play.
Yeah, there's a flag down right at the line of scrimmage, and that's where holding is a lot of the time.
Wheaton Central, yeah, it is going to be holding against them. It'll be their 8th penalty of this ball game.
Second hold on this series of downs.
In fact, really, that has been the only thing that has stopped Wheaton Central for the most part tonight is their own penalties.
There's no question. I don't know whether it's the fact that it's cold, whether it's the fact that it's wet, whether it's a combination of those two things, or maybe whether the fact that both of these teams have played 3 games in the last 8 days. But this has not been the cleanest played football game we've seen.
Second down, 14 yards to go. Handoff, draw play. Seabrooks breaks the tackle at the line of scrimmage, gets into the secondary, down to the 20-yard line. A gain of 8 yards for Robbie Seabrooks. And it's going to be about 3rd down and 8 yards to go for the Central Tigers.
Seabrooks is such a great weapon to have, especially in this ball game tonight. They get a penalty. All they do is hand it off to him on the next play, and he gets the penalty yardage right back.
That's twice in this series he's done exactly that.
At the 21-yard line, it'll be 3rd and 7.
So now the ball's at the 20, 3rd down, 7 yards to go with 9:27 remaining in the ball game. Thorne checking off at the line of scrimmage again, making some calls. Takes a handoff, pitches to Seabrooks. He's in trouble, and he gets maybe 1 yard on the play. That was read very well by the defense of Joliet Catholic. Coming up to make the play was Mike Infanger, the quarterback, who got right by his block and got into the backfield.
Well, you see right there on the screen that John Thorne's going to keep the offense out on 4th down. They bring in the play from the sidelines.
That's Martin Wormlinger bringing in the play. His twin brother Mike, the other tight end. So now it's 4th down and 7.
Field goal tonight is virtually unmakeable, so they keep the offense on the field.
They did try a field goal, it'll be about a 37-yarder. They decide not to. Now Thorne's saying, Dudek, you get over here, and Wormlinger, you go to the tight end side over there. And now he has to call timeout because nobody's on the right side of the field. And Thorne didn't want another 5-yard delay of game penalty, so his father, John, the head coach, will come out and say, why weren't my guys on the right side of the field when they were supposed to be?
I think he's happy that his son was able to recognize it and call the timeout before they called delay a game. Leading 14-0, he's not too unhappy about that timeout. If the score was reversed, I'm sure he would be.
Yeah, that was a good call with a little over 8 minutes left in the 14-0 lead. The key here is trying to put some extra points on the board to get the knockout punch. If they score here, they basically got the game in their hands.
Now, Wheaton Central on their first possession of the game drove down to the 2-yard line and fumbled. On their second possession, drove down to the 26-yard line, and a pass was incomplete. As a matter of fact, it was dropped at about the 10 on 4th down. Then in the second quarter, Wheaton Central's first possession of that quarter, they scored. Then they almost scored. They missed a field goal at the 20. Then in the third quarter, they scored. So every drive has been inside the 30-yard line for Wheaton Central. Every time they've had the ball, and once again they're there. Thorne throws to Hess, and it's over his head. And Hess was open, but Jeff Thorne just overthrew him at about the 10-yard line. So once again, Wheaton Central gives the ball over to the Hilltoppers, but all the way down to the 20-yard line.
There was some pressure on Thorne that time.
Yeah, he was under pressure, but he had Hess wide open on the seam in the middle. He just overshot him, hurried his throw a little bit there. Here comes Joliet Catholic now. They're going to need something in a hurry in this possession to get back in this football game.
And they come right up to the line of scrimmage with 8:28 to go. Down 14-0. Bahala throws over the middle. The pass is complete, and then Well, I thought he dropped it, but it is complete to the 31-yard line. A first down on a 12-yard reception to Darren Freeman. And Joliet will come right up again. First down and 10 from the 32. Mahalik has only one man in the backfield along with him. Now he's yelling out to his players. You can see him. Fakes a handoff, pump fakes, looking downfield to Stanfield. It is thrown way over everybody's head, and Stanfield was double covered. Both Leftwich and Hess were on him going down the sideline. Incomplete pass stops the clock with 8:03 left, second down and 10.
Once again, Wheaton Central put no pressure that time. They did not blitz, they did not rush hard. And I think they're trying to play a basically conservative strategy at this point, make sure they don't give up the long pass, give them the chance to get back in the ball game. Basically, that's a good strategy. However, against Fenton last week, that hurt them twice. They got stung both late in the second quarter and late in the fourth quarter.
John Thorne said his defense relaxed too much in the first round game, and now Mahalik goes into the shotgun. Picks it up, rolling out. Bell tries to blitz him, throws downfield. It is almost complete. A great try by Clark at the 40-yard line, who came out of the backfield for that pass, but incomplete. So we have a third down and 10 situation for the Hilltoppers.
You can see there's one of our cameramen watching the game. Lance Hamilton, all bundled up.
I don't know how he can move the camera with those big old mittens on.
I think Coach Thorne is right. They relaxed a little bit, but also it's a lot easier to cover in the secondary when you've got the pressure on the quarterback.
That was Lance's shot of the field. Nobody in it. That's why he's so cold. See how steady his hands are. There you go. Mahalik takes a snap, back to pass, fires on a screen pass, but overthrows his man, and it wouldn't have been for much anyway on that third down and 10 play, as Nagel swung out on a little flare pass, and he was double covered again by Hess, and Leftwich was over there too. So we have a fourth down and 10 situation for the Hilltoppers at their own 32-yard line. 7:53 remains in this ball game, so Joliet Catholic will have to go for it here.
Yeah, they're going for it here, yep. Obviously, you can see they're taking away from their strengths, the running game, because throwing the football, they've been very ineffective tonight.
No timeout call. They know the play. They'll come right up. Let's see what Wheaton Central does in the way of a rush. They might only put 3 men in. Unless the tight end stays in, then they'll put 4. They rush 4. Mahalik, pump fakes. Mahalik's going to run for the first down. He gets up. Marvell Scott tries. Can't get him. But he is hit down by Jim Carter. 3 yards short of the first down. And Wheaton Central will take over at the 39-yard line of Joliet Catholic.
Well, Mahalik tried to cut it back to the far sidelines on the Wheaton Central side of the field, when it looks like if he would have tucked it in and stayed straight up the middle, he might have had the yardage for the first down, but he's starting to move laterally, and that's what did him in.
Didn't look like he looked too long for a pass receiver here. I think he had more time.
Well, he saw it wide open right there. He realizes he's going to tuck it in, and there he starts to go laterally, and that's what does him in the end.
So Wheaton Central has the ball, first down and 10 inside Hilltopper territory at the 39-yard line. 7:24 remains. Mix up in the backfield. Thorne's now in trouble, and he'll get sacked at the 49-yard line. I think that is the third time that the offense has been mixed up in the backfield tonight, and there's a big loss of 10 yards on the play.
I'm not sure the pass made a lot of sense at that point. They've run the ball well. They've controlled the ball well. At this point in the ball game, you want to run that clock down as much as possible. I think dropping back the pass ran that kind of risk.
I don't think he wanted to pass. He wanted to hand off, and his 2 backs, Seabrooks and Leftwich, collided, and there was nobody to hand off to.
That right. It'd be good to see a replay on that again.
Now the ball's at the 49 of the Hilltoppers. Handoff on the draw to Seabrooks, and he is nailed 1 yard behind the line of scrimmage. So it'll be third down now, and about 23 yards to go. That didn't fool anybody. Mike Scroggins, the middle linebacker, just came up and nailed it.
So the first play you think was a busted play in the backfield?
Oh,
then?
yeah. Thorne didn't even look to throw. Schultz is now in at a tackle position.
Well, Jeff made a good decision eating the ball at that point anyway, and not trying any kind of risk to give the ball back to Joliet Catholic.
Thorne now calling out a play at the line on about 3rd and 23. He will pass. Looking downfield, lobs one for Wormlinger. It's intercepted. Intercepted by Whelan. Whelan to the 45. Out of bounds inside the 50-yard line with 5:52 remaining in this ballgame. So a big defensive play by the Joliet Catholic Hilltoppers. And look out now.
Just a great play over there by number 9, Whelan. English also involved in the play, and the Hilltoppers are pumped up now. They think they still have a good chance on this one. The offense comes charging on the field.
Interesting that he would throw one seemingly up for grabs on a 3rd down play instead of running into the line and trying to punt and put Joliet Catholic deep. Now the snap from center. Mahalik pitches inside. Nagel with some running room to the 45, down to the 43-yard line. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3, and the clock ticks down, 5:40 and counting, 14-0. Wheaton Central with the lead, but Joliet Catholic trying to get some momentum. Here's that pass again.
He lost one over the middle trying to thread the needle right there, and it's picked off by the safety coming in there. Looks like number 9 there on your screen, Gary Whelan, made the interception and ran to the sidelines, put him in good shape.
2nd down and 3 yards to go. Mahalik fakes. He's under a lot of pressure. Shelby dives but can't make the play. Here comes another man after him. Throws. It's intercepted.
He's gone. He's gone. Good night.
Moiaki at the 5. Touchdown. Wheaton Central's defense has done it. A 20-0 lead for the Tigers.
Credit. Moiaki with a tremendous play. Mahalik just dumped it off under the pressure. Moiaki stepped in front of the receiver, and it was just a foot race down the sidelines, and he broke a tackle at the 5 and got it in, and Wheaton Central in great shape now, up 3 touchdowns.
Am I allowed to start to turn off the lights? The party's over yet?
5:03 remains in the ball game, and John Moiaki gets a lineman's dream and scores.
Credit.
Defensive end with a big play.
Credit the defense. Tremendous pressure on the quarterback. They forced him to dump the ball off when he didn't want to.
Sampson adds the extra point. It's 21-0 Wheaton Central.
Their best success all year has been when they put pressure on the quarterback.
Well, you have to say that the defense earned that one. Been doing it all year, that Wheaton Central defense, and they now have their team up on top 21-0.
Well, the key to that play was the pressure up the middle by Shelby, who missed the tackle, but forced Mahalik to run wide. There you see the missed tackle. Here's Mahalik looking for a receiver, dumps it into the flat right into the hands of Moiaki. And here he comes back the other way.
Number 55, Christian Cole, was putting on the pressure on Mahalik.
Is he the one that was out earlier?
Right after Shelby.
Cole went out with an injury earlier in the game, didn't he? I think.
I don't know. No, that wasn't. That was Kolb.
Kolb, I'm sorry. Well,
this is Cole.
My turn to get confused tonight.
Moiaki now. Oh, I wish we had a shot of that. One of the coaches jumping on top of Moiaki on the sidelines. I think it was head coach John Thorne. He ran off, and everybody's jumping all over him on the sideline. Sampson now with the kickoff. It is taken by the short man at the 30 to the 35 and down to the 39-yard line. Quasagrash, or whatever the heck his name is.
What you're seeing, Bill, though, is obviously Joliet Catholic, the strength is the running game, and when they fell down 2 touchdowns, really put their quarterback against the high pressure of the defense, and Wheaton Central came after him right there.
From the 39-yard line, Hilltoppers take it 1st and 10, down 21-0 with 4:55 to go in this ball game. Mahalik back to pass, looking long, going to throw long. It is knocked down by Dave Shutters, who almost had the interception, number 40.
Good play by Shutters that time. Tough ball to catch, a little bit slippery, and the big thing is to deflect it, get it out of the way. Let's talk a little bit as we come back for the next play here. Number one, I think, I asked a question earlier about when has there been another time when 2 teams from the same town have been in the final 8 of the tournament. Clearly it looks like there are going to be 2 teams now. They will play each other next week. I think that's a credit to this town. There's obviously some good football talent here. There's obviously some good football coaching at both high schools to bring out that talent and take the teams that far.
touchdown will be crazy all week. Mahalik across the middle. The pass is complete. Stanfield to the 50 and down to the 49-yard line before he's brought down. A gain of 12 and a first down for Joliet Catholic. Stops the clock with 4:39 remaining.
Nice play by Robbie Seabrooks on that to stop him just after he picked up the first down.
Yeah, Stanfield was trying to weave his way through traffic there into the open field, but a good tackle.
First down and 10 for the Hilltoppers. Pass tipped and falls to the ground, intended again for Stanfield.
Hess with the good coverage on the far side. Joliet Catholic now throwing on every down here. At least trying to get some points on the board and avoid the shutout here. It looks like the loss is inevitable in this ball game.
Hilltoppers have had a tough time. Throwing a couple of interceptions. Down to the one-on-one time, and Wheaton Central held. Mahalik throws on the run.
That's a trap.
I don't know if it's complete or not. Now they call it complete.
Whoa.
That
nice
does
catch.
not look like a good call.
Darren Freeman makes a nice catch at the 34-yard line. So another first down and a 15-yard pass play.
I agree with you, Rick. I think that was a trap. It'd be good to see that one again, even if we don't have slow motion.
Okay.
Now let's see if we
Your wish. Here we go.
See if we got a tight end shot on the receiver here. Here comes the throw.
Yeah, you couldn't see it there.
Very difficult to tell, yeah.
Mahalik hits Freeman again. He's in the clear. Down to about the 24-yard line. He has another first down for Joliet Catholic with 4:03 showing on the clock. So Darren Freeman now a workhorse for the Hilltoppers, and they have another first down. 21-0, Wheaton Central. But Joliet Catholic on the move here. They have a lot of time, but do they have enough? One man in the backfield. Mahalik gives it to him. Number 40 gets a call. Quasagrosh. What, Rick?
You hate to see that guy get the football.
I know. Don't give it the 40. Don't give it the 40. Quasagrosh gets it down to the 15-yard line. Now Greg Shelby tries to get on the field, but he's going to have to run off. 3:27 and counting. Down at the Wheaton Central 15. The ball is snapped. Mahalik wasn't looking for it. Now he's just going to throw it out of bounds to absolutely nobody. Will there be a flag?
There sure should be.
No, there will be no flag on the play. The ball was snapped, and I don't even think Mahalik was looking the right way, and it just hit him. Did you see him there? Oh, and what else could go wrong tonight?
He didn't ask for that snap, that's for sure. Now, why wasn't that intentional grounding?
Well, I don't know. 3:19 to go in the ball game.
Joliet Catholic down 21-0 may have something to do with that.
Mahalik pump fakes, throws into the end zone for Freeman. It's over his head and incomplete. And right after the play, Shutters hits Freeman. And I thought Freeman was going to have some words for him, but just slaps him saying, good hit.
Tight coverage. There were 3 Wheaton players on him on that play.
So now 4th down and 1 from the 14-yard line for the Hilltoppers. So what they'll have to do is get the first down at least here to keep their drive going with 3:14 left in the ball game, down by 21 points. See if they, now just quarterback sneak from Mahalik. Okay, he gets to the 10. And that'll give him the first down. Now Wheaton Central has scored in all kinds of different ways tonight. 32-yard pass play to Chris Dudek, a 12-yard run by Devin Leftwich, and then a big interception by John Moiaki on defense. They scored 3 different ways.
We have a timeout, Joliet Catholic.
Now the Hilltoppers calling timeout with 3:10 left in this ball game, but Wheaton Central comfortably ahead, 21-0.
This is a significant game for them. The fact is they've won. They go to the quarterfinals of the Division V tournament. But more particularly, this has been a real confidence builder. They have physically dominated the Hilltoppers on defense. I mean, their offense has blown the defense back, wide holes. They've moved the ball fairly much at will. And a lot of times they've had the ball down, haven't been able to put points on the board, but the fact is they've moved the ball successfully, and they've been able to stop an offensive line that outweighs them by 10, 15 pounds. per man.
This
It's got
guy
to be a big confidence builder for Wheaton Central tonight.
This guy's been very busy on the field. I'm sorry, Dave. Wiping off the ball and getting things ready to go.
There you see the skyline of Wheaton, one of the church towers across the way here. And a cold night in Wheaton, but a happy night.
I didn't see a church tower.
That's the Billy Graham Center, folks.
Well, I was close.
Church, yeah. Goes.
When you consider, though, that Wheaton Central has had to play virtually with their backs to the wall for the 8th straight week, and they've come up with victories each week. It says something about that unit.
First down and 10 from the 10-yard line. Back to pass, Mahalik throws into the end zone, and both of his receivers out there couldn't get near the ball. Incomplete. It'll be second down. The clock stops with 3:06 remaining on this Saturday night. And they played on this Saturday night here because Wheaton North and Wheaton Central were both playing in the playoffs. Gives a chance for the fans of Wheaton to see both teams. So North got to play in the afternoon. They won 38-0, and now Wheaton Central is winning 21-0. If Central can keep the shutout, nobody has scored on Wheaton in this entire day. In 8 quarters, nobody has scored on a Wheaton team. But now the Hilltoppers are threatening to score. Second down, 10 yards to go. I think they can get a first down just inside the 1. But they're not going for that. They're going for the touchdown. Another throw to the corner, so pushing and shoving going on. And the ball just falls incomplete long. Stanfield again was a receiver, and he and Hess were jostling for position in the end zone. But the ball fell incomplete, was well overthrown.
Well, it's very difficult for Mahalik to throw when the defense knows he's going to be throwing on every down. And statistically, it's been a rough evening for him. Only 6 completions out of 21 attempts.
3:01 remains.
One thing you can count on for sure, the rematch between Wheaton North and Wheaton Central is going to bring in a very different Wheaton Central team than played the last game.
Third down, Mahalik rolls in trouble, fires it over the middle. Stanfield has it, but Shutters brings him right down. That play lost 2 yards.
Again, they tried to maybe set up a middle screen, but the pursuit was
counting. Down at the Wheaton Central 15. The ball is snapped. Mahalik wasn't looking for it. Now he's just going to throw it out of bounds to absolutely nobody. Will there be a flag?
There sure should be.
No, there will be no flag on the play. The ball was snapped, and I don't even think Mahalik was looking the right way, and it just hit him. Did you see him there? Oh, and what else can go wrong tonight?
He didn't ask for that snap, that's for sure. Now, why wasn't that intentional grounding?
Well, I don't know. 3:19 to go in the ball game.
Joliet Catholic down 21-0 may have something to do with that.
Mahalik pump fakes, throws into the end zone for Freeman. It's over his head and incomplete. And right after the play, Shutters hits Freeman. And I thought Freeman was going to have some words for him, but just slaps him saying, good hit.
Tight coverage. There were 3 Wheaton players on him on that play.
So now 4th down and 1 from the 14-yard line for the Hilltoppers. So what they'll have to do is get the first down at least here to keep their drive going with 3:14 left in the ball game, down by 21 points. See if they, now just quarterback sneak from Mahalik. Okay, he gets to the 10. And that'll give him the first down. Now Wheaton Central has scored in all kinds of different ways tonight. 32-yard pass play to Chris Dudek, a 12-yard run by Devin Leftwich, and then a big interception by John Moiaki on defense. They've scored 3 different ways.
We have a timeout, Joliet Catholic.
Now the Hilltoppers calling timeout with 3:10 left in this ball game, but Wheaton Central comfortably ahead, 21-0.
This is a significant game for them. The fact is they've won. They go to the quarterfinals of the Division V tournament. But more particularly, this has been a real confidence builder. They have physically dominated, Jolie, the Hilltoppers on defense. I mean, their offense has blown the defense back, wide holes. They've moved the ball fairly much at will. And a lot of times they've had the ball down, haven't been able to put points on the board, but the fact is they've moved the ball successfully, and they've been able to stop an offensive line that outweighs them by 10, 15 pounds per man. This got to be a big confidence builder for Wheaton Central tonight.
This guy's been very busy on the field. I'm sorry, Dave. Wiping off the ball and getting things ready to go.
There you see the skyline of Wheaton, one of the church towers across the way here. And a cold night in Wheaton, but a happy night.
I didn't see a church tower.
That's the Billy Graham Center, folks.
Well, I was close.
Church, yeah. Goes.
When you consider, though, that Wheaton Central has had to play virtually with their backs to the wall for the 8th straight week, and they've come up with victories each week. It says something about that unit.
First down and 10 from the 10-yard line. Back to pass, Mahalik throws into the end zone, and both of his receivers out there couldn't get near the ball. Incomplete. It'll be second down. The clock stops with 3:06 remaining on this Saturday night. Now, they played on the Saturday night here because Wheaton North and Wheaton Central were both playing in the playoffs. Gives a chance for the fans of Wheaton to see both teams. So North got to play in the afternoon. They won 38-0, and now Wheaton Central is winning 21-0. If Central can keep the shutout, nobody has scored on Wheaton in this entire day. In 8 quarters, nobody has scored on a Wheaton team. But now the Hilltoppers are threatening to score. Second down, 10 yards to go. I think they can get a first down just inside the 1. But they're not going for that. They're going for the touchdown. Another throw to the corner, so pushing and shoving going on. And the ball just falls incomplete long. Stanfield again was a receiver, and he and Hess were jostling for position in the end zone. But the ball fell incomplete, was well overthrown.
Well, it's very difficult for Mahalik to throw when the defense knows he's going to be throwing on every down. And statistically, it's been a rough evening for him. Only 6 completions out of 21 attempts.
3:01 remains.
One thing you can count on for sure, the rematch between Wheaton North and Wheaton Central is going to bring in a very different Wheaton Central team than played the last game.
Third down, Mahalik rolls in trouble, fires it over the middle. Stanfield has it, but Shutters brings him right down. That play lost 2 yards.
Again, they tried to maybe set up a middle screen, but the pursuit was so good by Wheaton Central that Mahalik had to dump it a little bit too soon there, and Stanfield made a good catch, but no place to go, immediately dropped.
And now, sensing possibly the last play of their season, Joliet Catholic calls timeout. Jim Boyder will go out and talk to his football team, down 21-0 with 2:40 remaining in this ball game.
And Joliet Catholic, Bill, had so many great years with Gordy Gillespie as the head coach. And then Jim Boyder in his 3rd year, in his 2nd year last year, won the 5A title. And he says he's going to be calling it quits this year, and it looks like it's going to be after this ball game tonight, unfortunately for him.
He'll stay at the school, but just won't be the head football coach. Led him to the 5A state championship last year. We were talking about Joliet Catholic before. This school is such a rich tradition in football. It's unbelievable what they've done. 6 times they've been to the championship game, and that's a Illinois record with East St. Louis. East St. Louis been to the championship game also 6 times, maybe 7 this year. They have the record for most consecutive championship games 4 straight times. They've won 6 state titles. That's more than any other school in the state of Illinois. East St. Louis has won 4 times, and they won in 4 consecutive years, and that's also a record under Gordy Gillespie. Gordy Gillespie won 5 of the 6 state titles there. And this is their 13th playoff. They only missed in 79 and 80 in the playoff season. Now Mahalik back to pass. 4th down. And he throws. It is caught by Freeman at the 5. Freeman still looking to get in the end zone, but is thrown out of bounds short of the first down. They did not call the quarterback down, although there was a lot of pressure on him. And Freeman does not get the first down. It's Wheaton Central's ball inside the 5-yard line with 2:28 to go again. The Wheaton Central defense holds.
I don't know how he got rid of that ball. All the pressure on him. I think 2 guys hanging at him when he threw it. Not only that, the receiver was well covered. I don't know how he even caught the ball. In any case, it's moot. Central Tigers get the ball, first down on their own 5.
So just under 2.5 minutes to play in this ball game, and Wheaton Central has the ball at their own 3-yard line and a 21-0 lead. Looks like somebody jumped off sides. No call. Dave Shutters gets the call. Shutters around the outside to the 30, to the 40, to the 50. Shutters still going. Being chased. Shutters on his way. Touchdown, Dave Shutters.
Unbelievable.
A 97-yard run for the junior.
Unbelievable. Look at the sidelines on Wheaton. They're going nuts over there. What an effort.
Yeah, there was some question about next season losing both Leftwich and Seabrooks. Mr. Shutters may have just answered one of those questions.
When you consider they're just maybe figuring to run up the middle, and Joliet Catholic defensed it up the middle, Shutters just got to the outside, and after that was a foot race, and 4 men after him, and he outraced every one of them to the end zone.
Guy's got good speed.
Sampson for the extra point. It's up and good. 2:13 remains in this ball game. Wheaton Central on first down from their own 3 has scored, and it's 28-0 in favor of the Tigers. So a little icing on the cake there. Shutters coming in for the injured Leftwich.
Just a tremendous run by Shutters. 97 yards as he got to the sidelines, and great speed. You consider he's played both sides of the football tonight, offense and defense, and he's in there in the backfield. They're going to see him break an ankle tackle, get to the outside. No blockers out in front of him. He just does it all on his own in a foot race. And one man with a last-ditch effort there misses, and Shutters stumbles into the end zone. Out of gas, but he's got it.
Wow.
Lightning strikes.
That better answer some questions. Sampson to kick it off. Sampson's kicking it off from the 39-yard line instead of the 40. Maybe you can't tell where the 40 is in the mud there.
No, that was the 40.
Freeman from the 20 to the 30 to the 35 and brought down there.
Phil and Rick, I made the comment earlier that this will be a different Wheaton Central team. The Wheaton Central team that met Wheaton North the last time was 0-2, had lost 2 tough ball games, had been the underdog to Wheaton North consistently over the last 10 to 15 years, and probably went into that game with some doubts on whether they were able to win. This team has now won 8 games in a row since they lost that game to Wheaton North, and I think has proved to themselves tonight that they can win against a very good team. These guys aren't going to be cocky, but they are going to have very good reason to have some confidence that they can win that ball game next week.
Mahalick's pass is knocked down by Dave Shutters, incomplete. It'll be second down. Shutters almost with another interception there. After his 97-yard run, don't you think he's done enough? And
Shutters is saying to Bill Hess right there, tired? I'm not tired.
The rain, maybe even by now snow, I don't know, still kind of loping down out of the sky.
Yeah, you're right, Dave. Wheaton Central has virtually played 8 playoff games in a row, and you consider they were 0-3. Had to win every week just to get into the playoffs.
And they have. Coming in with a 7-game winning streak, making it 8 tonight. Mahalick fires. It is tipped and caught and dropped. All 3 in one play.
When you talk about 2 turning points for a team that starts off that way.
There you see the rain a little bit, blowing from left to right on the screen. Or is that just a black screen?
I don't know. I don't know if we're off
there
the air.
Are.
Oh, there we are.
You talk about turning points. I think there were 2 for this team this year in terms of having to turn that around. The first came against West Chicago the week after they lost to Wheaton North, when they blew them out and convinced themselves that they were a good team. The second turning point came when they beat Naperville North at Naperville North 21-7.
People moving before the ball is snapped with 1:45 left in this ball game.
That game truly brought things together, truly convinced Wheaton Central that they were a very solid, very strong football team.
Still third down.
Thank you to Wayne Kendall today for wearing our microphone, the head referee. Well, he has some early mishaps today, some really tough calls, some trouble with the chains, but he got things together and his crew out there. Third down 15 for Joliet Catholic. Mahalick on a pitch to Nagel, and he's brought down. Again, a nice play by Christian Cole, number 55 for Wheaton Central. 134 and counting now. Well, now we can really talk about the matchup. The city of Wheaton's going to be up in arms all week, and I'm sure right now as we're talking and you're seeing this, the city is up in arms, getting ready for the Wheaton North Wheaton Central football game. Mahalik fires, and it's off the hands of Stanfield, number 80, at about midfield.
Stanfield, incomplete.
And that was 4th down, so Wheaton Central will take over now and just try to run out the clock with 1:15 left in this ball game. And I would be very surprised if Joliet Catholic even calls a timeout during this last minute, 15.
30-yard line.
And we have a new quarterback for Wheaton Central that we want to mention coming into the ball game just for these last few plays is Bryce Dressel, 5'9", 161-pound junior. And he'll give it to a couple of other running backs that we haven't seen today. Or Bryce won't give it to anybody. He'll keep it himself and be tackled, and there's a flag down.
Okay, where's the quarterback? Bryce Dressel, flag on the play.
And you've got one team who won 38-0, Wheaton North, over the weekend, and this team looks like they're going to win 28-0. So it's 66-0 Wheaton over their opponents on Saturday.
Got some good football players in this town, folks.
Here's the touchdown run by Shutters on 1st down near their own 3-yard line. Look at him get to the outside, and you think he's out of gas? Well, not quite yet. He beats 4 men.
He just completely outran him, Rick. He outran number 42, Kevin Kelly. Looked like Kelly was gaining on him, and all of a sudden, Shutters just found something a little bit extra that Kelly didn't have. And I don't blame Kelly, because this defense of Joliet Catholic has been on the field for a long time. Now we have as you can probably see, can we get a shot of those Joliet players in the white uniforms? You're going to see some bright white uniforms out there, except for maybe 1 or 2 guys that you haven't seen yet tonight. Some new players also on the Wheaton Central side.
I was just going to say,
there's a dirty one.
Most of those Wheaton Central uniforms look pretty clean, too.
Handoff right up the middle. Getting the call for Wheaton Central. First time he's had the ball. Number 6, Matt Dahl. 5'4", 134-pound junior. Clock ticking down, 40 seconds. Joliet Catholic will not call a timeout. It'll be 2nd down and about 25. So Wheaton Central will win this 2nd round game, and a lot of the fans already have left here in the cold weather, but a lot of them haven't.
That side is the adult section, the other side is the student section. All the adults are gone, all the students are there.
You saw a shot of the adult section, some movement on the line, penalty flag down with 13 seconds to go. While Rick is adding up the stats, let's just run down a little bit about what happened in this ball game. Wheaton Central from the beginning drove all the way down to the 2-yard line, but they fumbled on their first time downfield. Joliet Catholic got the ball, had to punt it away. Wheaton Central again, a nice drive to the 25 on 4th down. Incomplete pass, sent them away again. So there was no score until the 2nd quarter when Jeff Thorne hit Chris Dudek with a 32-yard touchdown pass. And that made it 7-0. Then Joliet came right back, but they were stopped at the 1 by the defense of Wheaton Central. Wheaton Central came downfield, missed a field goal, so it was still 7-0. And then their next touchdown was a 12-yard run by Devin Leftwich. Then on an interception, John Moriaki returned one, made it 21-0, and then Dave Shutters on a 97-yard touchdown run in the 4th quarter returned it. And that's your final. Wheaton Central wins it by a score of 28-0 over defending state 5A champion Joliet Catholic at Wheaton Central High School. And Rick, you have some of the statistics in this ballgame.
Yeah, just briefly, Bill and Dave. Jeff Thorne tonight, 9 out of 20, 167 yards, throwing the football. Rushing, Wheaton Central was way up over 250 yards as a team. Seabrooks 156 and 19 carries, and Shutters tonight 4 carries, 104 yards with the 97-yard gallop in the 4th quarter. And defensively, Joliet Catholic, a tough evening on the offensive. Quarterback Mahalik was 9 out of 27 for 89 yards.
You saw a very happy John Thorne down there walking down the sidelines, and just when we cut off of him, he embraced one of the crewmen on the sidelines there, and there are some happy Tigers talking to the Joliet Catholic people in the white uniforms. And Dave, you must be very proud of this Wheaton Central team. You've been following them all year.
Been a great team to follow. They didn't give up when they were down after losing the first 3 games in a row. They hung in there every game. They played some tough ball games. They were in a must situation, like you say, from that early point of the season. Great team. They have every reason to be proud of themselves right now.
So there's a happy man, John Thorne, the head coach of Wheaton Central, and he has taken his team out to the quarterfinal round, and Wheaton will face Wheaton in the quarterfinals on Saturday. So congratulations to the Wheaton Central Tigers, who defeat Joliet Catholic by a final score of 28-0. For Rick Gooby and Dave Bomer, I'm Bill Martin for Centel Sports. Thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast, and good night.